shit, my mic's off. Oh, there we go. Now it's not off. I had it muted in OBS. God, we're starting off strong, guys. Part 2 of the Echoes. Part 2 of 17 parts for EchosNation's podcast. What's going on, dude? Gonna release it in a monthly series. my fellow DreamHack creator, how is it going, dude? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I saw you got the news as well on Monday. It was awesome to get that. I was stoked. I didn't get creator badge last year, but yeah, I didn't even know. How did you guys know that the first wave? I feel like people knew. Like, is it always like, did their page put like a post out or anything like that? Like, did they say, hey, the first wave's gonna be announced on Monday, or? Okay. You can't hear. What? Oh god. Oh my god. I swear, bro. I swear this. Where's Lori? Okay. Bro, I'm gonna quit streaming. Echo's gonna make me quit streaming. Okay, I swear they have to be able to hear you now. Please, can we get a test?
They should be able to.
Do you guys hear him? Do you hear his wonderful voice? I'll mute myself. You guys want to hear me? I'll just let him talk. Okay, now you can hear him. Okay. Okay. Well, he was, he said some cool things about,
Yeah. I was talking to myself. It's totally fine. It's okay. I understand.
This is the most professional podcast that has ever been run on the history of premium podcasts, for sure.
Oh man, you're doing great,
October 4th,
I'm proud of you, sweetie.
October 4th and 8th, we're gonna be in Atlanta.
Yup.
Let's do it. I'm excited. Man, it would be crazy to see you or any of our fellow music creators fucking hit the stage, kind of like DreamHack Dallas. That would be super awesome.
See, and that's why getting a creator badge was huge, because that's step one.
Right.
And now it's to try and hopefully pitch to hopefully play main stage. I mean, that's the dream. You know what I mean? I haven't played a big show like that in about 3 years, so that'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah. I don't even want to say how long it's been since I played a show of bad size. Or of any size. I mean, I played like a mini show where I did like a rotating. I did like one of those like every musician's rotated out for a song kind of thing.
Oh, so music round, like a writers round or whatever.
Yeah, kind of. They have this thing. They have this thing called Rare Hair down here in Nashville, and I did one when I first got out here. Okay. They just like a bunch of musicians. Every song's a different set of musicians, and ends up being like over 100 musicians that play the whole thing and stuff like that. But that was the last time I played anything. I think it was like 2 years ago, and there was like, I mean, that place was packed. It was like definitely like over like 500 people or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was whatever, but I mean, it kind of sucks to just play one song, because when you haven't done it for like so long, your nerves kick in, and you don't ever really get a chance to settle them, because it kind of takes more than that to well, I mean, everyone's different, but I was just like, my adrenaline was still like, I want to play more shit afterwards, and I couldn't. I was like, damn, this sucks. I missed this so much.
I mean, for me, I feel like in the past like 7 years I've played I don't even know how many shows I've played. It's probably talking in the thousands of shows that I played, and I've kind of just gotten to the point where like especially for like bigger stuff like that, like I'll get jitters, and like it'll be a little overwhelming. But once I'm like on stage and I kind of just get through like one song, and I'm like, okay, bet, say less. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's how I was when I was like frequently playing shows when I was like younger. So how about that? Why don't we take like a different approach? I know like what we were talking about last attempt last week was streaming. Why don't we take the other side and talk about how you first got into doing gigs? When did you first pick up the guitar, and was that even your first instrument?
Well, if you count instruments that I stuck to, yes, because I did pick up a saxophone in 3rd grade and played it for about a month and then never did it again, which was unfortunate because, you know, who doesn't love a guy who can play a nice sexy sax, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Some careless whisper every day of the week, that's all you need.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But so I picked up a guitar when I was in high school. My parents bought it for me because I had been talking about buying one just getting one for the longest time. Now, mind you, I was like in high school. I didn't have a job at this point, so I couldn't actually buy my own. But you know, but they ended up getting me, like, it was like a beginner guitar, and I would just sit in my room after school every day. I would have my little laptop. I pulled up chord sheets, and that's how I would learn chords and whatnot. I started out with like super simple songs and kind of just go from there with it.
Did you start with an acoustic?
Yes. I've only played acoustic. I've had to play electric guitar twice in my life, and I don't really want to do it again.
I'm gonna hand you a 7-string guitar and then see how much you like that.
Absolutely not. That sounds like torture. that sounds like torture. Stop it.
I didn't play a 7-string until 20 years, and it's still like dude, it just like, it still feels weird, man. Like it's just so weird. I still fuck up because I'm like used to 6 strings on some shit.
Yeah.
And there's people that sit there and will play 6-string songs on 7 strings like it's just normal, and I'm like, I'm good. Just grab the other one.
Listen, go pick up a 12-string. I tried playing a 12-string one time, and like
my 12-string.
It's so confusing.
Really? You think so? I thought, man, I had a Yamaha 12-string acoustic in high school, and I missed that thing. I don't know why I got rid of it. I didn't use it that much. I've
seen people play 12 strings, and it's mind blowing, like how good it sounds. Like when you can actually like learn how to play it the right way.
So here's a trick, and maybe you already know of this. Do you know of Nashville tuning?
Yes,
dude. It's such butter in recording.
Facts.
It's so good. So Facts. Guys, if you guys are wondering what Nashville tuning is, I probably found this out in 2017, and I had no idea before that. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, you can do it like that? And then I found out like so many tracks I love are actually using that. So what it is if you guys know what a 12-string guitar is, it's basically a regular acoustic guitar with a double set. Now they're like super close together, so you basically pick 2 strings together, and they're all going to be set up a higher octave of the same note. Now what a Nashville tuning is if you're like basically taking off the regular strings of this 12-string and leaving just those higher octave strings. And what people do a lot of the times in recording is they'll actually record it with a Nashville with a high string set on a 12-string with the regular strings removed, and then they'll record the regular set. So there's 2 different, basically you're separating those 12 strings, and you're just able to get like a cleaner mix out of it. And yeah, we use that on a couple of our songs, and fucking I love it, dude. Yeah, Tom Petty used it, Goo Goo Dolls. I mean, there's so many people that used it, but that's sick. So were these instruments, saxophone and guitar, were those things you picked up before ever starting to sing, or was singing your first go-to?
No, singing was the very first thing I got into, because my mom was very persistent. I used to go to church a lot as a kid, and my mom was very persistent about getting me into getting to church, singing the church choir. And I had my very first solo in church choir.
What age?
I want to say I was 9.
Oh shit! Started early. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn. Okay. I mean, so that makes sense.
My mom still has a video of it. on a freaking VHS tape.
Oh man, that's awesome. With the giant, when they back had the giant camcorders.
Oh my god, stop.
This is black and white,
brother.
No, just kidding. Oh man. Okay, so got started around singing around 9. When did you get what age did you get your guitar?
16.
Okay, so you had been singing for quite a while.
Yeah.
Did you do any outside singing lessons or guitar lessons or even saxophone lessons when you were playing that?
No. Singing, I mean singing, I learned a little bit from the church choir director when I was super young, but outside of that, I've just kind of learned everything on my own, just listening to a bunch of different music and trying different stylistic approaches. And guitar was pretty much the same way. Like I said, I used to sit in my room after school every day. I would just sit there, learn chords. Dude. And just learn that way. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I took a guitar class when I was a senior in high school, but that was only because I had enough credits to graduate anyways. Yep. And I was trying to make like senior year like fly by without having really to do too much. Huh?
How stupid was your guitar class? And
it honestly wasn't bad because I had people in there that I actually liked, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay. Ours sucked because I was like way too advanced for it, and I was like. I'd always get in trouble because I was fiddling like in between.
You're just the dude over there in the corner just shredding. They're like, shut up, Destro.
With my stupid BC Rich Warlock guitar that I brought in a coffin case every day. You remember those coffin cases? Have you ever seen those? I was yeah, dude. I was your typical dumb metalhead in high school. Black jeans, black metal shirt every day, dude. Didn't matter. And if you didn't listen to metal, fuck you, man. It's the only music ever. So dumb. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it was fun because it was like I said, the guitar teacher was super cool. And I mean he tried teaching me scales and I was just like huh? Hello? What? Yeah, sure. Okay, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. I wish I probably actually paid more attention in that class, but it was like,
I kind of do too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They didn't really go through like guitar scales and like guitar chord. I mean, they went through some of the chords, but it was more of like trying to learn how to read music as a guitar player as opposed to learning like guitar techniques. So it was kind of just interesting. It was kind of weird. I don't know. It wasn't what I wanted to learn at the time, but yeah, like you said, like I had extra credits where like I made my senior year. So dumb. Like I had late start. Somehow I managed this because I took summer school before freshman year, so I had extra credits. Somehow I managed to have late start.
Okay.
My first period was TA. The teacher I was TAing for had a TA after when she wasn't supposed to, so she made him do all the work. She just let me sleep on her desk literally every day of the week, and so I just got extra naps. Then I had PE, English class, so one class I had to work. Fifth period was like drafting or guitar, and then I had early work release, so I got to leave after fifth period instead of staying until sixth, and I just like it was the easiest posted senior year. I got senioritis so bad because of that schedule, bro.
So fun fact, I was a big social studies nerd in high school, and so my social studies teacher in junior year, I actually had him pretty much throughout like the entirety of high school. And so he said to me, he was like, bro, he's like, listen, man, he's like, I think you would do really well. He's like, I know it's your senior year and I know you probably don't want to do it. He's like, but listen, like there's this AP social studies class. He's like, I think you do really well. It's not much different than what you're already doing. There's just more advanced stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'm like, yeah, one hard class can't be that bad.
Right.
The first day, at the end of the first day of class, he said, all right, so I'm gonna need y'all to write by tomorrow a 5-page essay. I forget on what it was, and I literally walked down to my guidance counselor that day and I said, listen here, I said, I did not sign up for my senior year to write 5-page essays. No, thank you. I'm good. And then the next day I went to him and I was like, listen, no offense to you.
Fucking lied to me.
I was like, no offense to you. I love you, but like, no, like, this is not what I signed up for.
Oh man, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Good thing we're out of not dealing with that anymore, man. I miss parts of high school.
Honestly, though, like I would take anything to kind of be a kid again, because adulting is not fun.
Yeah, it shaves years. It's no wonder we
listen, dude. I'm 28 years old and I'm already growing gray hairs. Okay.
Yep, that'll happen. You're not even weights, dude. 30s are the new 40s, so be prepared for that. Your body's gonna feel like it's fucking breaking, and then, but don't worry, 40s are the new 30s. So you got something to look forward to.
How does that how does that work?
It's just fact now. That's not how it used to be, but it is now. It's today's. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm 28 and my back sometimes makes me feel like I'm freaking like 50 years old.
Oh yeah.
My back is just so out of whack.
Dude, that's been me like pretty much my whole life too. Yeah, back issues. Ugh. I love having a standing desk. It is a lifesaver.
Facts.
Had mine for about 10 years now. One of the greatest investments next to literally like your own PC that I've like ever made.
No, dude, like when I invest in the standing desk, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like insane.
Yeah. So when did you play your first gig or show, and were you ever in a band? Were you ever in bands when you were in high school or anything? You've always done kind of solo gigging?
So so in high school
you were in an emo band with eyeliner and the straight dark black hair,
I most definitely
right?
was not.
Okay.
I most definitely was not.
Could you imagine though, guys?
But
I think it's a My Chemical Romance.
You know, I might have. No kidding. No. So, in high school, they had this Battle of the Bands competition.
Okay.
And this, so okay. I love this story because it's so funny. I haven't actually told this story before. So these kids that I became friends with, it was more like the nerdy crowd, right? They made this band like in their basement, and they came to me one day and they were like, hey, do you want to be like front man in our band? And that was like the first time ever that I had someone come up to me and ask me to be a front man in a band. I was like, yo, this is freaking cool.
Yeah.
What? Like, hell yeah. I'm so down. And then let's just say the set list that they had for this thing, it was interesting.
You could tell they weren't singers.
I could tell that they clearly didn't listen to mainstream music because, like, okay, one of the songs on the set list, I don't know if you've ever heard of the song. It's called Code Monkey.
Sounds familiar. That's the band. That's the song, right?
That's the song. It's a song called Code Monkey. It is one of the oddest songs that I've ever heard, and I had to memorize that entire song. And I will never ever do it again.
Who's it by?
I cannot. Hold on. Now I'm gonna have to search this up because no, okay, hold on. I got this. Jonathan Colton.
I have not heard of. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was. It like I said, one of the oddest songs that I've probably ever learned in my life. And after that show, I never was the front man for that band again. So, it was a cool experience, but like, yeah, you know. So, after that, I basically like flew solo for a while. Mm-hmm. At one point when I started to do gigging full time, which kind of, let's backtrack to that story. So I started full time gigging I want to say, yeah, it's been about 8 years. So I had a warehouse,
dude.
Yeah, I had a warehouse job. It was like a car parts warehouse job, and so I started playing at like open mics, and I got approached by a couple people, and they were like, "Hey, listen, like we know a few people, like we'd love to like actually get you start like just playing some shows on the weekend. Like we know you work during the week, like maybe some shows on the weekend just to make a little extra money, like nothing crazy." My brother ended up, he was the manager of a restaurant down on the beach.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, he's like, you know, we would love to start doing music. Like, you know, he's like, I'll give you a spot to come play some shows if you want, like just as like a testing pad, just to try to get some experience. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, this is freaking awesome. And then once that I started doing shows, and then more people started hitting me up and be like, hey, I want you to play here, or hey, you should play here, or hey, you should play here. And I got to a point where I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, I might have something here. Like, maybe, like, because don't get me wrong, when I moved to Florida, like, I never had in the back of my, like, it was in the back of my mind, but in the forefront of my mind, I didn't think I was going to be playing music full time. Mm-hmm. Because I had just been so used to, like, working job after job after job, yada, yada, yada. And so, like, I finally had an opportunity to actually play music full time, and I was like, whoa. I'm like, this is cool. Yeah. Now, mind you, I hated my boss at the warehouse. Like, he was an absolute dick. And so one day I walked in, and I will never forget the expression on his face. I walked in and I said, hey, I just want you to know, today's my last day. I quit. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. No 2 weeks. Because, well, okay, because I usually give 2 weeks, but the only reason I didn't was
Half Baked, where he's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
Honestly, that's kind of how it went. But no, it was because a few days before that, I had gotten into like a huge fight with management because like they were pretty much treating us like dogs, and it was just absolutely terrible. And yeah, it's a whole long story. So basically I walked in that day and I said, this is my last day. I said, I'm going to play music full time. He looked at me and laughed.
Yeah.
And he was like,
most people do, dude.
He was like, you think that you're going to do that and make more money than here? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I walked out and I said, okay, fine.
Good for you, dude.
And, yeah, so it was a little tough at first. Because Florida equals terrible weather in the summer. Mm-hmm. So that first summer I was barely making any money. I was just trying to find places to play, and it was hot, it was rainy, and
at this time you're all doing this as a solo guitarist, yes, vocalist, looping.
Yeah. I wasn't even looping at this point. I was just the guy with a guitar.
Okay.
Literally, I was just a guy with a guitar just doing acoustic sets. Like,
which is also super hard, y'all. Like, I don't like looping. Like, looping is another thing that is fucking difficult in its own alley. But like, to just only play guitar and then like just being your vocals and guitar. I mean, there's only so much you can do, and you got to drive that like. You got to drive the percussion in your own guitar in a sense too.
Yeah, the time when I discovered looping and like started getting good at it, you realize that like the time goes by so much faster because you're taking like a 3.5 minute song and you're making it like a 5 or 6 minute song.
Yeah.
Because you're building all this stuff on it, and then before you know it, you're like, oh, okay, we're done. Okay, cool. That was awesome.
I'm going to be reaching out to you in the future about some looping stuff because I would love that. So that's originally like kind of what I wanted to eventually try and do on stream, and it just never, I got sucked into this cover vortex and have kind of been stuck in that. But man, I know I don't sing, but I would love to be able to like get a loop going and then just improv solo for fucking days on something.
Have I ever shown you my loop pedal?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have seen your because I have asked you about your loop pedal in the past. Yeah. That is the one I want to get. I think
the RC600. Yep.
Yeah. I think Kian Fitz also uses that one if I'm remember correctly.
Okay.
And maybe Matt as well.
I don't think Matt uses it.
Okay, maybe as the model. There's like another one that's pretty popular too, right?
Yeah.
But maybe that's the one that he's got. But I mean, you can't really go wrong with those Boss ones, right?
No.
It seems like
No. Like the first one I had the 300. That was the first one I started with, and that lasted me like 3 years before it finally just quit on me, which is totally fine. It happens.
Yeah.
Technology. That thing. I put that thing in sand, through water. I mean, like pretty much all of the elements in Florida that RC300 went through, and still somehow survived.
So bath salts too, then.
You don't want to know. But no, seriously, like I mean, at one point that pedal was completely submerged underwater and somehow still didn't break. Oh yeah, yep.
Like at a beach gig or in like the tide rain or
okay, so quick side story. I was playing a rooftop gig one time.
Oh god.
And the way that the drainage was going basically was like right where my loop pedal was.
No.
Like the ground pretty much like met up right where my whole setup was. And so what happened was we got through an entire show, no rain, no nothing. Now mind you, it's dark out, we can't see storm clouds coming in. Literally all of a sudden out of nowhere it just started downpouring.
Yeah.
And it just didn't stop.
Oh, God.
And like I'm over here like my number one focus is always my speakers, because like those are more of concern at the time. And so I'm like over here like trying to get my guitar back in this case. I'm trying to get the speakers unplugged, all the wiring unplugged. I turn around and my loop pedal is literally in a puddle, like in its own puddle. And I'm just like,
plugged in.
Oh yeah. Let's just say I had to let that thing sit out for like at least like 4 to 5 days. Oh yeah, 4 to 5 days in rice, and like I did not even touch that thing.
Yeah.
And then like a week later, I was like, all right, see if this works. And I turned it on and it worked. And I was like, ain't no way. I'm like, this thing is an animal.
And that was the last time you ever played CCRs. Have you ever seen the rain?
Funny enough, we actually played that song in the last set of that night. So
no way.
Well, you know,
you can blame Fogarty for that one. There's like that's 100%. The ghost of he's still alive, but the ghost of Fogarty's still haunting you. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the Florida elements are insane. Like it can literally be bright sunshine out and you have no cover and you think everything's fine, and then 5 minutes later a storm cloud rolls in and all of a sudden it's pouring for 20 minutes.
That's how Tennessee can be too, man. It's been dude, I ain't used to that because California ain't like that. California's like, here you go, we're gonna kind of warm you up with a little bit of drizzle, you know. But like, yeah, dude, the storms out here are crazy. How was there a lot of outdoor gigs in Florida, or kind of mixed?
Yes.
Pretty balanced, or no more?
There's a lot more outdoor because you have like the beaches and like, you know, a lot of people like them out on the patios and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now granted, in the past, like I want to say like 2 years, the venues have gotten a lot smarter, thankfully. And like started actually making like covered spots for outdoor venues.
Yeah, like at least getting some sort of canopy of some sort.
Yeah, and granted, like I started to get a lot smarter and start like, especially in the summertime, like I was booking mainly just like gigs inside. Like I wasn't even taking that chance because then at least I knew even if it rained, I still had a job that night.
Yeah. So yeah, that's smart. What's been one of your favorite venues or gigs or places that you've played?
So I have three favorite shows of mine. One was a venue. It was this place called Ruby's that I used to play at in downtown St. Pete. It's like a listening room.
Okay.
Kind of ordeal. It's like one of the oldest standing places that exists. And that place was, I had some of the most fun that I've ever had playing shows in that place. I played like every Saturday for like a year and a half, and It was just so fun because that room would fill up. It would fill up to almost capacity, and you would just have people partying and like they're tipping like crazy.
Yeah.
I used to make like, I mean, most nights in that place I was making like $200 to $300 just in tips alone.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was and
would
and
those
that was
venues
all.
would those venues pay as well or no?
Oh yeah. Every venue paid. But it was literally just off of crowd interaction, just off of like playing what people wanted to hear, like people screaming at me. Like, I mean, shit. At one point, there was one night where I was feeling real frisky, and someone that was sitting to the right of me, they were like, "Play some Celine Dion," and I'm like,
"Oh shit,
what?" And they were like, "Play Titanic." I said, "Oh shit." I'm like, I've never played this on guitar, but okay. And I just did it, and like they tipped me like $100, and I was just like, okay, thanks, like,
right.
You know. But yeah, like just interactions like that only really happened at that place. It was so much fun. Another one was it was a little bit, I want to say a little bit earlier on. It was a huge opportunity that I got. I don't know if you know a guy named Corey Smith.
He's a musician?
Yes.
I would say it sounds familiar, but that sounds kind of like a very basic name, so I'm gonna say no.
So he's actually blind.
Oh, okay.
And he's been in the scene for like over a decade.
You play guitar?
Yeah, and he plays guitar, sings, all that stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Then maybe I have heard of him then.
I got the chance to actually open up for him when he was in Tampa one night.
Oh, that's cool.
Just on the whim. It was because I was part of an agency, and she wanted someone who did like more country stuff and whatnot. And I pitched for it, and they went for it. And I was like, okay, cool. Like that's awesome. So I got to do that, and then I think my biggest show was Amalie Arena. I got to play that. That was probably about, I want to say that was probably about 2 years ago. It was 2 or 3 years ago. It was the SEC Championship Basketball Finals, and there was like at least 10,000 plus people like outside, and it was a bunch of Tennessee people, by the way, like because Tennessee was in the final.
Oh, okay.
And do you know how fun it was to play Rocky Top to like literally like 10,000 people? Like I had never really played that song in my life, but dude, it was so much fun.
That's sick.
It was crazy.
That's awesome, dude.
But yeah, I got to play a lot of cool shows down there. Another one super early in my career. I don't know if you know who Eric Pasley is. He's a Nashville guy.
Okay.
But he randomly popped in on a gig that I was playing just one night at an Irish bar, and I actually ended up playing one of his songs for him. Oh, nice. in front of him, and then literally after that he comes up and he was like, "You mind if we play a song?" And I was like, "Here you go, here's my guitar, have fun." Dude,
that's so sick.
Yeah.
See, being left-handed, I've had cool things like that.
Yeah, playing music, like, it's really true. You just never know what's gonna happen on any given night,
right?
Like, it could just be a really boring night, or it could be a real interesting night. You just never know.
Yeah. God, I miss playing shows so badly. Hopefully fucking soon. I don't know when, but whatever.
I feel that so much.
What's so we went through some of your favorite venues. What would you say like your top 3 favorite songs to play are?
Oof. I'm glad you said top 3 because I'm not picking one.
Yeah, I hate when people ask for your favorite single one of something. It's always too hard.
Play your favorite song. Which one?
Yeah.
So one of my specialty songs always used to be Fast Car because I can't play how Tracy Chapman like actually plays it, but I can play kind of a variation of it because I'm a rhythm guy. I don't do lead guitar or whatnot, you know. So like I had to come up with some kind of variation, which it ended up working, which people loved the version. So that was one of them. One song that's been near and dear to me for a long time that I always love doing is Home by Daughtry, but that's because
I don't think I've heard you play that one.
Well, I really love playing that song, and a lot of people always compare me to him, like vocal tone wise, saying that I sound like him. I've even had I've had an American Idol producer actually say that to me too.
Oh,
they're
wow.
Like, you have like a really big like Daughtry-esque sound to you, and I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
And then
you mean you were trying to go for the Scott Stapp vibe?
Can you take me higher? You know, I probably say, even though I've overplayed the absolute shit out of this song, probably Tennessee Whiskey, because that was so good, like, it's such a good song. It is like it. I got to a point where I stopped playing it at shows, just freewheeling. I only played it when somebody requested it. Yeah. But like that to me is just a really fun song to play with riffs and whatnot, and do some cool things. But I will say that song is very overplayed. Not that it's not a good song, but it's just one of those songs that just has just gone way too overplayed and way too over requested at shows.
Yeah, I bet. Especially based on location. Like, dude, I like down in
I can
Broadway,
only imagine,
dude, they're probably tired of
I was about to
song.
say, I'm like, I can't imagine being on Broadway in Nashville and not imagining how many times those people get asked for Tennessee Whiskey on a nightly basis. It's probably insane.
Probably by drunk chicks that literally after they just played it, they're like, can you play this song? Just played it, bro.
Play Freebird! Freebird! Do Freebird! Shut up. That was oh, listen.
Oh, here
listen,
we go.
I mean,
what's your top 3 most hated songs? Yeah, let's flip it. Let's flip it.
No. Oh no. Well, actually, on the top of that list, which is kind of surprising, but Sweet Caroline.
I can see that though.
I just, you know, again, one of those songs that's just
way
over requested. Not to mention, if you play that song in the wrong room, it is super awkward.
I bet.
Because like I played it one time because this lady really wanted me to play it, and I was in a good mood. I was like, you know, like I'm not gonna disappoint you. Like, sure, I'll play it. She tipped me, fine. It's really weird when I'm the only one in the room that goes bum bum bum, and I'm just like, okay. No, this is not it. This is not it. I only played half the song. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. We're not doing it. Nope, absolutely not. Let's see. Yeah,
that would be so awkward.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I can't say Freebird because Freebird, like, I don't even play Freebird, so I can't even say that. Oh, this is I know some people are not gonna like this answer, but Wagon Wheel. And
a country song?
Yes.
Okay.
And again, just on the basis of the amount of times that people will request that song in a week. Like if I had...
Who sings that one?
That's Darius Rucker. Well, it's originally old Crow Medicine Show, I believe, is the original band. But yeah, again, on that basis of like literally everybody and their mother would request that song, and it just like it got old after a while.
Yeah.
So I don't mind playing it. Again, one of those situations where if somebody requests me to play it, like somebody tips me to play it, sure, all day.
Yeah.
But I am not going to play that song free will. Absolutely not. I there's so many other songs that I can play other than that.
Yeah, and I mean the third one's got to be Through the Fire and the Flames.
Huh? No way.
That's the other most hated song, right? You get requested that all the time.
I love that song. What are you talking? Yeah, it's just you. It's just you, buddy.
That's bullshit.
I will listen. I will play the shit out of that on Guitar Hero all day.
I didn't say Guitar Hero.
Listen, it don't get requested on my shows. Do you really think someone expects me to play Through the Fire and Flames?
Well, that's what I think. Why do they look at me and think I can play that shit? Like, look at my dumb ass. I'm playing the guitar backwards. First off, that's your first mistake. Thinking I could play that song.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of another one that I mean, like, I feel like I've played so many songs and it's like those two were definitely.
It's always dependent on your mood too, right? Like sometimes you're just like, sometimes you're in a vibe where like, oh, I gotta play this song, but then like other times you're like, oh yeah, this song does kind of rip actually.
I guess I can put Wonderwall in that category, but like I think Wonderwall's more on like the bottom of that category. Like I'll definitely.
I don't think it deserves the hate it gets. As the, meme it gets, dude. I love Oasis. Oasis is amazing.
I'm not hating on it. Again, back into that category of songs that just get way over requested and way overplayed.
Yeah.
But I'm not hating the song. That's why I said, like, if we had to like put those in order, that would be on the bottom because like I don't hate it, but like it still kind of goes in that category.
What are some other random kind of like? Here, we'll go. Yeah, what are some other kind of like randomly over requested songs that you get like that are often? Do you like get like Drive by Incubus? Is that like requested a lot or like?
Actually, no.
How's it?
Sublime gets requested a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sublime gets requested a bunch.
Your voice would sound good with Sublime stuff though.
I do enjoy doing some Sublime. One that's actually really interesting that started to happen like more kind of later on in me playing shows was there would always be one person that would ask for Creed all the time, and I didn't mind playing it because
that's
believe it or not, I actually very much enjoy playing Creed.
I love Creed, dude.
Contrary to other people being like, yo man, that music's so depressing. You know what, dude? Like, let me get my feelings out, okay?
Yeah.
Like this is what Scott wanted us to do. He wanted us to get our feelings out, so here we are.
I love Creed. I don't understand why they get the hate. The Nickelback I can get the memeing every once in a while, but like I love that both those bands actually embrace their memes now. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
Listen, I don't hate Nickelback because like I will play Nickelback. If somebody requests Nickelback, I will play it.
Dude, Silver Side Up is a phenomenal album.
Like I will do my best to try to make it sound like the best Nickelback song you've ever heard. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get me to sound like him, but like I will take a Nickelback song and I will turn it into the best thing you ever heard. Dude,
when we dropped some of our first singles, we had people being like, "This kind of sounds like Nickelback," and we're like, "Oh fuck!" I was like I don't hate on it, but I feel like they mean it in a bad way, like because so many people love to fucking just troll
like no.
on them, but, yeah, I don't know. It's probably kind of the way Cameron sounds too. He's kind of got some of that rasp to his voice and whatnot. So
I'm trying to think. There was one other band that got requested so much that I ended up having to learn songs, and I tried to. Oh, Pearl Jam.
Oh, we don't really have to sing those. You just kind of.
No, it was really funny because like for like a year straight, people would keep requesting Pearl Jam, and I keep telling them I don't know Pearl Jam. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
like you can literally pick any. And then finally, I just got so over it that I was like, you know what? Fine, I will learn Pearl Jam. And
that's
literally
how I was with some stuff in my stream.
And the only song I learned, literally the only song I learned was Alive, because that was the easiest song to do. So I was like, screw it, we're just gonna do.
You didn't learn Black, huh?
I'm still. No, I did not learn that one.
I mean, Pearl Jam's probably my least favorite of the grunge era. Don't get me wrong.
Pearl Jam was okay.
Extremely talented. I just could never really get behind Vedder's voice because like dude, there's some songs. I don't know have you ever seen like the misheard lyrics video of like of
Yes,
Yellow
yes, I know what you're
Ledbetter.
talking.
Oh my god, dude. It is one of the greatest things ever, and it's so accurate. Like, I'm convinced those are the lyrics and not what actually what is the lyrics. But yeah, Vetter's so interesting. That guy's crazy though. Have you seen the video of like the time where he like got himself up onto the scaffolding? He like pulled him, he like with the microphone cable. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Dude, he bungeed the microphone cable like 25 feet up on the scaffolding and pulled himself up from it and then swung down, trusting the microphone cable as his fucking only safety.
I'm not gonna lie, that actually doesn't even surprise me.
It's crazy, guys.
Because I feel like
Vetter.
Vetter was super crazy like that.
Oh, dude, in the 90s, I think they were all
They were all nuts. What do you mean?
Yeah, they were all crazy. I mean, adrenaline, drugs, all those things.
Yeah.
But it's also a sad time too, because man, like so many singers, especially singers from that era, struggled. You know, you got Lane Staley, Scott from STP, and then like, you know, Temple of the Dog was also about another band of theirs, one of their friends, Andrew from God, what was the name of that band? Mother Love Bone? No, something else. But I don't know if you know how much you know of like the grunge story, but man, it was a rough scene, dude. That Seattle like music scene did not seem healthy for any of those guys, unfortunately. But and I mean, as a result, you can kind of see it wasn't. But yeah, what's some of your favorite genres of music that you love to listen to and play, and are they one and the same?
So country is always on the top of my list to play or even to listen to. I really, now I can't play it, but I can really get down with like some heavy metal. Believe it or not, like I love.
I want to know what Echoes considers heavy metal.
Oh Jesus Christ! Here we go. I'm talking to the heavy metal guy, and I'm over here like I love listening to heavy metal, and I'm like, because like now I'm gonna get judged. It's fine. See, hear me out. Like, okay, so my idea of this, where I'm talking like Disturbed. I'm talking Pierce the Veil. I'm talking let's see.
Wow, that's quite. Those are two different.
Yeah, you know,
spectrums.
It's fine. Why won't somebody say Grateful Dead? Oh, that's it. That's another one that people used to always try to get me to play, and I'm like, no.
You get requested a lot of John Denver.
Well, if it was Take Me Home Country Roads, yes.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. Yeah, no. That was pretty much it for people. Huh?
No Rocky Mountain High, huh?
No. It was literally always it was pretty much always Take Me Home Country Roads, and I'm just like,
that is a good
one. Can y'all
though.
just pick a different song, please? Thank you.
Have you ever gotten Can't You See by Marshall Tucker Band?
Yes,
good.
I love that song.
So
I
good.
actually had an opportunity that I ended up not doing, which I kind of eats away at me to this day. I actually had an opportunity to open the pre-show for the Marshall Tucker Band one time.
Whoa! You should have covered Can't You See.
And the reason I didn't do it was because I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't feeling 100%, and I just didn't want to put myself kind of in that situation to like possibly bomb it and then never get an opportunity again. So I was like, I took the safe route. I was like, you know what? I messaged someone. I was like, can you guys like maybe try to find someone else? Because like I hate to do this, but like I just do not feel good at all.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was just the Marshall Tucker Band.
Yeah, luckily it was just them. It's no big deal.
You know, like, if Metallica is like, hey, you guys want to open? I'm like, I'll. If I had an arm amputated, I'd somehow still play guitar for them in front of the. Or well, you know what I'm saying. You know. I don't know how, but I would try. You know.
Also, like I like to play a lot of pop music. And now I'm not a rapper by any means, but I do enjoy me some like hip hop. And even like R&B. Like I don't play too much of R&B, but like R&B is kind of cool to kind of dive into. It's a whole different like realm. Especially like vocally, stylistically, it's really cool. That's where you can really learn some riffs and like some runs and like some cool like note choices. Like it's fun.
That's what I love about my front man. He like started out with hip hop and like used to do rap originally, so like he's able to like, he kind of just knows how like rhythm in the sense of like vocal lines should be, and like dude, knowing that type of thing is like such a huge help when making like melodies that fit with a song in a creative way, and just being able to put your own spin on things, of course, like for covers and making them your own as well.
That's something that I prided myself on so big. And anybody that's kind of been either heard me live or been by my streams and whatnot, like that's something I really pride myself on, because at the end of the day, like the big thing with cover music is a lot of people will just try to do the song just to do the song. But like I'm a guy that really kind of
I see you calling me out. To like right. Well, have a good one, everybody. This is the end of the podcast. This guy was a great guest, but he's kind of a dick. So I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I literally had someone on YouTube call me out like, this ain't a cover, you're just, any jackass can play over the tune. I was like, what am I supposed to call it then, dude? A fucking play along? Like, bro.
No, but like when my approach to certain songs, like I almost see it as a challenge where like I can take a song and completely flip it on its head and turn it into something like you wouldn't expect. Like for example, and this is going to be a really weird example, but I promise you that I can do this. If you've ever heard the song "Get Low" by Little John,
I feel like I've heard you cover this actually on stream once.
I actually do an acoustic cover where I'm like literally singing the whole thing, and you're just like, what? I won't like. I didn't play it at gigs much, but like there were some times when like I knew the vibe was right, and I was just like, hold up a minute, like this would be really fun to play. And like the faces people would give me, they'd be like,
yeah, right.
What?
That's like the best reaction you could get. No, right? Is like is getting that stunned reaction. Barbie girl.
Oh, yeah. My other half reminded me. Yeah, the other week I got requested to do Barbie girl, and I listen. I turned it. I like literally. I took my loop pedal. I was just like, I'm gonna try to make something cool out of this, and I surprised myself. Like sometimes I surprise myself with some of the things I come up with.
That's fucking amazing to hear. Like that's when you know, like that's why I want to get into looping so bad, because I feel like there's like all these moments where you can like create where you're like, dang, I didn't actually think we could get it to this level, but like you do, and then you just get lost in the moment, because that's what you do as a musician. You just got to run with it, and that's man, that's so sick.
And that's the fun thing about looping is like I can take a song and reimagine it in a different way, whether it's different timing, different rhythm. You know, if I want to bring the key down a little bit or bring it up a little bit and like kind of play around with it, like I can do a bunch of stuff. And
I've heard you play a lot of songs in different keys, like especially one I know, like The Kill. I've heard you play that in multiple different keys, because who wants to play it in the original key, to be honest?
Like who has Jared Leto's voice like that? Because I don't. That's for damn sure. But if you've noticed, if you've watched them the past, like I think probably like few years, the key that I do it in is actually the key he does it in.
Oh
live.
yeah, a lot of bands, especially bands that have been around for decades now, they play a lot of those songs in either a half or a full step down of what it originally is.
I don't think Jared can
No,
do
they're
that
definitely
song
not.
in the original key anymore.
It's like, I think it's actually like a step and a half down now that they're playing. Like it's pretty low, like what they're playing it in now.
Yeah, because I play it in like I usually play it about step and a half down. I think that's where they're at.
Okay. Yeah. I saw them last October. They were good. They were really good, but didn't play enough old stuff.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. Like the first 2 albums are the best for me. Everything after that was kind of pretty much hit or miss. Once they kind of went to that poppy vibe, kind of over it.
Yeah.
But so speaking of bands, what are your top 3 favorite bands or artists across all genres?
Let's see here. Okay, well, I'm gonna go artist first.
Okay.
Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
Either way.
Solid choice.
Something about Chris Stapleton is just so unique, and like if you listen to like his discography, just like all the different kind of avenues that he goes, not only stylistically but like vocally wise, it's very cool. I've definitely learned a lot of things from him, for sure. I'm trying to think of bands that like really like stick out to me.
There's got to be something that you're in high school that just like binged and you just always love when you go back to it.
You know, honestly, I would say 3 Doors Down was actually a big one for me. I used to listen to a lot of 3 Doors Down in high school.
Nice.
And I don't know. I love their sound.
Dude, they're coming.
Not Grateful Dead, Lori. Stop it.
Lori, why are you trying to create all these fucking Grateful Dead? What do they call them? Deadheads?
Oh my god.
You are speaking my language. Yeah, so Creed and 3 Doors Down are actually coming in November.
Are they really?
Yeah, I want to go, so I'm getting tickets.
That sounds like an amazing night.
Yeah. I've never seen either one of those bands.
Friends.
I'm old and I need hippie friends.
Okay, to be fair, the duo partner that I used to play with for like at least like 2 years, he was actually in a Grateful Dead like cover band, and they would actually tour around Florida. And so anytime I was playing with him and somebody asked for Grateful Dead, I'd look immediately at him and be like, "Have at it, buddy.
Here you go."
like go for it, because I ain't doing it. Okay.
All right, so you got 2. You got one more.
Got 2. I'm trying to think of stuff I used. Oh, you know what? I don't even know why I didn't even think about this. Maroon 5. I don't even know why I didn't think about this.
Okay.
And for the reason
still
of
currently?
A lot of, yes, I still
really?
I do listen. Not as much.
It's like
not as much.
It's
because,
literally like just what's his face now. It's like,
I don't listen to it as much anymore because because I just don't particularly care for their newer stuff. Like I'm one that loves old school Maroon 5, but a lot of like
Diary
a lot of like
is
my falsetto
insanely good.
Yeah, like a lot of like my falsetto that I've learned to do was from Adam Levine.
I can see that. Now that you say that, I could totally see that.
Yeah, like he was like one of the first people that I studied that from, because it was like huge. So
okay, hell yeah, dude. Early Maroon, dude, their first 2 albums are fucking great. I be honest, after that, it just got a little too poppy for me.
And that's what I'm saying. Like their newer albums.
It's kind of like what 30 Seconds did. Like once it became like just Jared and Shannon, it was like once it wasn't a full band anymore, it was like
it's weird. Yeah,
it is weird. And I get they want to do these like EDM type electronic pop songs that bring the crowd in with these chants and shit like that, but it just oh man, it doesn't click to me. Like it's not what we fell in love with to begin with. That's not what got you big. Like I'm not trying to say you shouldn't change and do adapt and that type of stuff, but man, some bands go so drastic with it, you know.
I think it's just, again, I think it's literally just what you said. I think bands just try to adapt to like current, like what's popular, like as of current. So like with Maroon 5, for example, like Adam started going off and doing a bunch of like solo stuff, and then like being on like other people's songs and whatnot.
Your pops are very clean. Oh wait, it's going back and it was kind of focusing out. Sorry, your camera.
My camera.
Yeah.
My camera does that all the time.
Okay.
It's you know it's temperamental. But yeah, even 30 seconds, like they definitely went like more a pop round. It's just like this is not what I remember you for.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen any of those favorite bands that you've mentioned live, or artists?
No.
Sorry, not even Chris. You never seen Chris Stapleton either?
I have not. I haven't gotten the chance to. Every time I get the so this was one of the shitty things about like playing music as a full-time job. Was most weekends I was playing shows, which meant that I was usually missing out on good concerts, unfortunately.
Ooh, that makes sense. Fuck, that sucks.
Yeah. So that was like a huge like downfall. And don't get me wrong, like people are always like, oh well, you can just like cancel your show and go play. I'm like, it's not that easy.
Yeah, it's my income.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's you know, it is one of those things. It's like, well, guess what? If I cancel my show, they have to find someone else to play. And if they can't, well, then, yeah.
And who looks possibility of the fact that you canceled, like, maybe they want to bring you back. Like, you know, you're not trying to risk that relationship either. Like, there's a business side of that too. So, yeah, I totally get that. Fuck yeah, I wouldn't want that pressure for sure.
No.
So of the concerts that you have been to, who's been your favorite concert you've ever been to?
I'd probably say hands down Luke Combs.
Okay.
Yeah, like
nice.
it was such a I've seen him twice.
Okay.
And I think the stadium show was so much better. Granted, being in the pit was one of the like worst experiences of my life.
Why?
Well, we're talking about a country concert with a bunch of people that are tailgating and getting super drunk beforehand. And then everybody's deciding to throw elbows left and right, trying to get to like the front of the stage.
All right.
And it was
for my birthday. I'm inviting you to come to the Whitechapel concert on my birthday in December, and we're gonna go into the pit of that.
Oh, God. Okay, listen. Like I under no. It's okay. We're good. I don't need mosh pits in my life. Okay.
I came last time I saw Whitechapel, I ended up injured. I literally thought I cracked my sternum and cracked a rib.
I went to like an like it was like an EDM club in Tampa one night, and they decided to try to like they were doing like a whole mosh pit thing, and I literally almost got like knocked out that night. Like some dude came very close to like completely just elbowing me in the face. And like ever since then, I'm just like, literally at an EDM show, no joke. And and so we just got. After that, I was just like, do not put me anywhere near a mosh pit because like I am no. So like I've seen how some of those things go.
Dude, it's kind of crazy. I when I was like younger, like that was cool and shit. Like, but the older I got, I became like the guy that would just be like, I'm gonna go to the back. I just want to watch the band play,
dude.
Right?
Like so for the Luke Combs concert, it was a whole group of us, and we finally at one point just said, you know what, we're gonna go out. Like we didn't go out of the pit, but we basically kind of went to the back of the pit, which was way more free, and we were just like, oh, this is so much better. Like we can just enjoy the show and not literally get elbowed every 2 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I've gotten to that point in my life where I'm just like, okay, I'll pay the money to go see somebody, but like I really am not going to like fight and claw to get to the front of the stage. If I get to it, that's cool, but like I'm there. Like I'm still pretty damn close. I could care less.
So yeah, I used to be like I said, I'd go to the back and watch the bands. Like I said, that's how I used to be, and then COVID happened.
Oh yeah.
And then I went like 2 years without a concert.
Oh god, yeah.
My first show back was Gojira, and me and one of my mods went to that show and managed to get up against the rails. And my adrenaline since that has been like, that's like my mindset now is like, I'm going big or I'm going home. Like I want to fucking be like, I want to be like in this concert. And dude, the place down Marathon Music Works, which is where Atrex knows about this. We just went and recently saw In Flames. We were second row there. This place is so easy. Like I finally have like managed how to get up to front row every time. And it's like, it's crazy, but it's, if you get close enough up, you're kind of good because the bullshit's kind of behind you.
Yeah.
But some of the bands, like, so the trick on this is like you move up like 2 songs before the band before the band you want to see is about to play. So they got like a couple songs left. You kind of just move through, you kind of like drift through the pit. I've had to get in some crazy pits just to move up to the front that I thought I was gonna fucking die in. There was this one band, dude, I don't know if you, and there's no way you probably have ever heard their stuff. They're crazy, but Archspire, this band threw out a twister board into the audience. Yes. Threw out a twister board, laid it out, had people on the twister board, spun about 3 things, and then the spin after that was like Wall of Death or whatever. And these guys are on the board on their hands and knees, and in the pit, all these people just come charging at them like in the center to cause death and mayhem. And
oh Lord.
Oh yeah, I saw another band where they actually had to pause the show because a girl got knocked out clean cold. They had to bring her ambulance in and bring her out on a stretcher. This was during a Wall of Hugs because the venue did not allow the band to say Wall of Death. The band actually called it a Wall of Hugs.
Interesting.
And a girl got knocked out.
That sounds comforting. Hey, we're gonna do a Wall of Hug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Well, that's not a hug, but okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, metal shows are crazy. They're pretty nuts.
I can say that I've never been to a metal show, and honestly, at this point in my life, I don't know if I could do it.
I feel like you'd want to start with like that Creed and Three Doors Down show.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that would be like
that
the
would
way.
be, that would be very
and then maybe go see
nice.
Metallica like that, because that's not going to be like, you know, like it's older metal. It's like more refined.
The problem with that is trying to see Metallica nowadays is going to cost you literally your arm, maybe your leg.
I think that's just because that last tour they just had. The tour before that was actually not too bad. I saw them the tour before that. But yeah, dude, I don't know. COVID kind of screwed everything. I feel like ticket prices of everything since concerts have come back has been like substantially insane.
You can't even go to concerts unless you want to sit in the bleeder seats, and then you might get like a decent price. But
yeah,
no, it's crazy. It's actually crazy.
It is.
I remember. I think it was in Tampa. Elton John was doing like I think it was his farewell tour or whatever. He was doing some kind of tour. I think it was his farewell tour, and he was playing in Tampa one night. And I remember somebody put their ticket up, and it was like, I don't think it was floor section. I think it might have been like 100 section. They were selling it for like $1,200, and they apparently paid like $1,000 for it. I'm like, excuse me? Like, no, you will not get me to pay that much to go see anybody. Nope, absolutely not. Nope.
The only way I'm paying that much for a band is if like Led Zeppelin had like Bonham come back from the dead, or like Jimi Hendrix rose from the dead, or people are gonna come back from the dead for me to pay that. You know what I'm saying? So dumb. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I remember when like the first tour, like when Tom came back to Blink, Dude, those Blink-182 tickets were like minimum 450 plus, like, and that was like shit seats. Like, it's just like, no way am I paying that much to go see Blink-182. Like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, there's a whole nother story on how much Ticketmaster takes on fees and all that shit.
Oh, dude, it's actually insane.
It should be criminal, is what it should be.
Like her and I are going to see Teddy Swims in October, and I got tickets the day they dropped, and I think I paid like after let's say after fees and all that, I want to say it was probably like $340 for 2 tickets.
That's I know that sounds
to be fair, it's actually not really that bad.
And that's why I'm not having like a crazy reaction, because in today's, like, in the way today's world is and how big he is, yes, it is expensive. I get that, but yeah, it sucks. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be that much, but at the same time, that's really not that bad for 2 tickets for someone of that stature in comparison to what the market for
and not to mention the fact that it's like the venue it's like a theater, so but I think it's literally just like floor seats wise.
Okay.
So I think it's one of those things. It's like they were like general admission tickets, so like if you happen to get there super early and you get front row, like it's actually kind of worth it.
Oh shit.
You know.
Okay.
So
nice.
But I mean, like I said, for a guy of that stature, and when I tried to see him last year, the tickets sold out like this.
Yeah, I bet.
And and I was not paying like $500 myself just to go see him. I was like, absolutely not. I was like, I'll wait till he goes on tour again. And it was like perfect because like he's coming out with a new album, I think next month. It's either next month or September. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Like this would be a perfect time to see him on tour. And then I was like, well, I'm like, screw it. I'm like, I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna freaking get tickets because she's been to concerts before, but like her and I have never been to a concert before. So like this will be our first concert together.
Nice.
Which is super cool.
Nice.
And she was the one that got me on to Teddy Swims in the first place. So it's only right.
My first concert with my wife was me being a total idiot, and on her birthday I bought her a ticket to a metal show. We went and saw In Flames. But she loved it, actually. She was like, actually fucking, that was pretty sick. So yeah, I mean, she's not really a big metalhead, but
yeah,
whatever. So. What was your first concert for you individually?
My first concert was Justin Moore at a county fair.
Okay. How old were you?
Loved
it is an exaggeration. Oh, fuck off. You loved it at the time. This is bullshit. She's all like older now and more wise, thinking about it, and like, oh, I hated it. It was so
like maybe
bad.
that wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, fuck off.
I was 17.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 17. And it was when I was kind of getting into my country music era of like listening to country music a bunch.
Yeah.
So
nice.
And it was super cool. So
my parents were crazy. They took me to Kiss at age 7.
Wow. At age 7. Wow.
Full original lineup reunion tour with the makeup. Dude, their pyrotechnics caught the roof on fire. They had to pause the show for 45 minutes for resuming it.
Wait, hold on. They still played the rest of the show even though the roof caught on fire?
Yes. This was at the Tacoma Dome in Washington. I used to live up near Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. But,
I want to know why they were trying to do pyro in a closed. Or
I think this is before like people realize that that's probably not how you should do it. You know, Rammstein now, like their tour that they do is like they make sure it's all outdoors. For that,
you know,
for that
makes
reason.
sense. Because if you have pyrotechnics, you know, you shouldn't be like indoors. You know, but
you probably shouldn't have the roof fucking fall on people after it burns down. Yeah.
It's like, hey, listen, we're gonna pause the show. The roof might be completely collapsing, but it's totally fine. We're gonna pause the show. Everybody will be fine.
Exactly.
We'll, come back 45 minutes later. We're just gonna play the rest of the show.
Exactly. This is rock and roll. Come on now. We don't let shit like that affect us.
Oh man.
So let's get to some of your own solo stuff. We've talked about all these other bands and concerts and covers that you've worked with. You've been writing music for yourself now for a little while.
Yep.
When did you put your first official single out on music platforms?
Hold on. Let me turn around here. December 6th, 2023.
Hell yeah.
Because it's on a plaque that's sitting on my wall right there.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. That was my very first single that I put out like on any like.
Is that for
platform.
Mindset?
Yes.
Oh shit, it's playing in the background right now.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Perfect timing. I thought that cover kind of looked familiar. I didn't know. That's fucking sick. I didn't know you got a plaque of that.
My other half did as a gift.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, look at D. Coming through with the clutch. That's sick. And I'll tell you that to a musician, like things like that, those are the gifts that you're like, oh, fucking melts my heart.
Facts. Ma'am, you are in the other room. Okay. Like, don't make me come over there.
Yeah. Like my wife's gotten me like some custom pick like things and some other musical stuff at times, and like I'm just like, this is the best. Super simple, but yeah,
it's the thoughtful gifts,
yeah. And a pack of beer isn't always a bad idea either.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song that you've written so far of your released tunes? Or is your favorite song
released
not
or
released
unreleased
yet?
I was gonna say, we're talking
released?
released or unreleased, because if we're talking both realms,
you got that music video, fucking we can MTV world premiere this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would honestly have to say that the single that's coming out this Friday is probably the best song that's ever I've ever written.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
It is a good one, y'all. I have heard this track. I was so bummed I wasn't able to be part of the music video. I was supposed to be, and then chaos happened. And
oh my, the chaos that happened, in that music video is insane. Well, we got it done. Like, that's the important part.
Hell yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad it all worked out. I know it was a stressful weekend at Midwest Fest. Do you mind talking about that? Do you want to kind of talk about it? Because we were both at that weekend, and I know we were originally to have an after party at Midwest Fest, guys. And at the after party, we were supposed to be filming Echo's video, and a lot of us were ready to be there and at the venue of where Midwest Fest was where this originally was supposed to take place.
Yeah. So, the day of the music video, Adrian approached me and said, hey, Red Bull is trying to change the venue of the after party, but regardless of what happens, you will still be able to film it here. Like, we'll get everything ready, no problem. I was like, yeah, sure. 2 hours before we were supposed to shoot the music video, I reconfirmed, because they officially had changed the venue somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and I asked him, I was like, can we still film at the arena? He said, yeah, absolutely, no problem. So I got to the arena, and I had this weird gut feeling that it wasn't gonna happen. And I was trying not to listen to it. I was like, no, I'm gonna be optimistic. We're gonna make this work. It'll be fine. Got to the arena, and the head guy of the arena was like, oh, we can't have any filming here because we're cleaning up, because we still have tomorrow with people being here, yada yada. So I have now a bunch of people in the parking lot, and we're trying to figure out where we're going to shoot this music video. I suggested maybe the parking lot would be kind of cool, but they didn't even want us in the parking lot. So I was just shit. I was just like, okay. So thankfully, my video guy at the time, who lived in KC, he was like, "Have you?" My other half's leaving for work.
Oh, okay.
So
Bye,
so the video guy at the time, he's like, "Listen, let me make a call. Let me see if I can figure some stuff out." And he ended up having a friend who had just finished a gig. He was like, "Yeah, you can come over, whatnot, and shoot it here." We ended up shooting it in his backyard. Like,
That's
he was
awesome.
nice enough. He was nice enough to like get a campfire going in his backyard. Like, my video guy Danny was like sitting on the roof,
Like the roof.
like shooting,
I saw some
shooting
sick
video.
photos. So I was like, man, this looks so sick.
But the funniest part about it was Josh, whose house it was. He was like, I met him and I was like, "Hey, by the way, just letting you know, I got like 50 people with me, and we're gonna fit them all in your backyard." And he was just like, "Okay," like.
That's awesome.
But no, all in all, once the music video got done and edited and everything, and I saw it, I realized, I was like, in the end, I think it worked out for the better, because I think the backyard scene was actually a way better vibe for it.
It did seem like it would be.
Yeah. But like I said, it definitely was a stressful like 24 hours.
Yeah, I bet.
But I did end up like having a whole conversation with Adrian the next day. Adrian was the guy who pretty much was behind a lot of the stuff that happened at Midwest Fest, and I had a conversation, like a very good conversation with him. Like, we cleared a lot of things up, and I was like, "You know what, like, no worries, dude, like, we're cool. Like, I know you got a lot on your plate, and it was a very stressful time. Like, I understand." Like, because he was upset that it didn't happen, like, because we had talked about it for weeks before that.
Yeah.
But again, all in all, I think it worked out for the better. But yeah, so
nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see it, dude. Guys, everybody check out that pre-save command. We had it pinned up here earlier. Let me pin it again. Echo's new single "Nothing on You" comes out this Friday.
2 days.
Yeah, that's
less
crazy.
than 2 days now.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
fucking so stoked. Hell yeah.
So fun fact about this song, it's been in the works for 3 years, almost 3 years now.
Now you came up to Nashville to record this though, right?
I did.
Okay.
So
yeah, we got to hang out that weekend when he was out here.
Yeah. So quick backstory with the song. I wrote it with a buddy of mine a while back, and we had done like a demo of it and everything, and it kind of just went nowhere from there. Like, not because the song was bad, but just because like we were trying to get studio time, and then like he got super busy because he became a booking agent.
Mm-hmm.
And like all his time was pretty much wrapped up in that, so it was like very tough with my schedule to like figure out a way to like make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And then my first trip to Nashville, I had hung out with Grayson Rogers, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, do you know any guys up here that do like, that have a studio, like record with, like who do you recording with, stuff like that?" He's like, "Oh, I got this guy Andrew, like he's really good, like he's been recording my latest singles. He's like, maybe like hit him up and see what he can do." And so I hit him up, and he was like, "Hey, like I would love to work with you." He's like, "Do you want to write in a whole new song?" He's like, "Do you have a project you've been working on?" And literally, I don't know why in that moment, like the first thing that came to my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, I have this demo and this song that like I feel like should be released to the world, and it's not. And so I sent it to him. I said, "What about this?" And he was like, "Well, I like it." He's like, "But do you mind if I can do some, like, make it modern, like kind of modernize it and do some things with it?" And I was like, "Sure." And if you hear the original demo to how the song actually turned out now, it's a complete, like, he basically took the song, complete 180, turned it on its head. It's a whole different song.
Oh wow.
So it was kind of one of those right time, right things moments. And I'm very thankful for Andrew because like he really put a lot of time. He put almost a month into making that track.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he put in like hiring out people to make it and everything. Like it was just incredible, like the whole just being able to see the whole process and be a part of it. And Andrew is a pleasure to work with. So
hell yeah. Yo, Lady Desiree coming in with the host of 39. Whoa, let's go. Hey, you streaming at night, girl? Dang, welcome in, y'all. I got to raid you. Yay. Yeah, I know.
Let's go.
It never happens. How was your stream? Yay. You're on late. Hope you guys had a good one. Welcome in, everybody. We're just doing our podcast series here, part 2 with Echoes. We had some technical difficulties last week, but
I thought it was part 17.
No. There's 15 left. Calm down.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fun fact for y'all: the next 15 episodes is going to be me, so get used to it.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, thank you so much for the host, guys. Make sure you guys are following Lady Desiree. Amazing pianist. She plays so many good tunes. A great person. And hopefully we'll see her at DreamHack. I know she's got some big life plans coming up around October, so I'm not sure if she'll make it, but hopefully we'll see her there. But yeah, so your new single you've been working on has been one of your favorites. And now, what would you say like your writing process kind of is when you're going through songs? Do you kind of start with like chord progressions on guitar and then kind of like hum some melodies? Do you usually start with lyrics, or you kind of get like some melodies vocally first, or
it just I think it just depends on the song. I think it just kind of depends on what I'm going for with the song. A lot of the singles that I've released on Spotify, I've already kind of had the track, and then I kind of just built off the vibe of the track. So like for example, like Reignite was like a piano ballad where I had to kind of go more to like a dark place and kind of write from like personal experience about, like demons and whatnot. But then there was like the song Good Times, when it was just like a good old fashioned country song, nothing crazy. It was very easy to write, and it was just a fun time. So there's just I think for me it just really depends on like what. Now granted, I have at times like written out a bunch of lyrics and then tried to come up with the chord progression, but I feel like if I already have an idea of what I want the chord progression to be to start with, and this is actually another thing that a looper is really cool for, is sometimes what I'll do is I'll start playing around with chord progressions and putting them in my looper, and then kind of letting them play over and over and over in my head, and then trying to kind of put lyrics to whatever progression I've made, and then kind of just build the puzzle pieces from there.
Yeah, I feel that 100% because that's literally how like when it comes to like lead melodies, like it's not like just I listened to the thing once and was like, yeah, fucking, like it is looping that chord progression, going through melodies, listening to the melody over like that I created and being like, maybe that part isn't exactly where it should be, and like making those small adjustments to get the melody that I really think is going to be that earworm that sticks. And I think when you maybe it is like a little bit of over dissecting and over analyzing some of your stuff sometimes, but me and my singer, like Cameron, we have like this phrase where we were saying no stone left unturned, and like we just literally will sit through stuff until it genuinely feels like we've hit our heads against the wall to where nothing else we're making is creative, and we've kind of pulled out all those tricks and things that we can do, and we feel like we've put all those in that basket, and this is the best it can be. Because I think like everyone kind of writes differently, and I'm sure that there's so many musicians that probably just like on the spot, first thing we did, man, this is just how it sounds amazing, and man, I wish I was that good, but like I don't know, I guess everyone kind of
I feel like there's times when, like, you know, I can sit down with someone and a track can just like for example, like this song coming out Friday, like him and I wrote that in a day.
Yeah.
Like we had the melody, like everything written in a day. And then there's some times when, you know, you kind of spend, you know, a few days or a week or a month, like trying to like just get it right before you even record a demo. Like good music takes time. Like, yes, don't get me wrong. There's people that can literally sit down and make a song in a day and release it, and like it's insane. But a lot, like I would probably say at least 90% of music, like at least gets sat on for a little bit before it even sees the light of day.
Yeah. Yep.
And not to mention when you're making an album, you know, people think like, oh, you're just writing 8 songs, like you're just writing like 8 songs for an album. No, those people are writing like 20 plus songs and then cutting that down to like the 8 best songs.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then there's just a bunch of songs sitting there that, I mean, at some point you might be able to use, but most of the time, like those songs kind of just get thrown out and by.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. So. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Man, there's a lot I could go off on that, but this isn't my episode of the podcast. But you still record is a prime example of that, dude. Like, there's just stuff we've sat on, and like, it's not like a lot of our stuff has been finished being written. It's more of just been the procrastination of getting it out there and getting it tracked, and like sitting on the demos for too long and not getting off of the demos for, you know, because I will never self-produce again, dude. I refuse, dude. It was cool to like be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it the first time, but now I want nothing to do with it. I just want to play guitar. I just want to write. I don't want any of that responsibility. Don't give it to me.
Yeah, see, like, and that's kind of why I just gotten to the point where like I'll record vocals and all that stuff. But like when it comes to producing, I'm like, I will let people who actually do that for a living have at it.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't want, like, I would love to sit there and like maybe one day learn how to do it myself, but I also know how much goes into it and how much you have to learn, and I'm just like, it hurts my brain. It really does.
It can be frustrating for sure.
Yes.
I think we have like 5 or 6 more songs that we're gonna release that I'll be producing, and then after that we're gonna be getting the new tunes that I'll just be doing demos, but other than that we're gonna be outsourcing that for sure.
Facts. That's probably the smart way to do it.
Yeah. I hate to be the guy who has an old man bladder, but I have to I can use the bathroom. Do you just want to chat with the does anybody have any questions for the chat? I'm sure Echoes is reading the chat. Anybody in there
I have it open right here.
Yeah. Somebody let him be the host for a second. I swear, I'll be quick.
Top 3 favorite singers. Oh boy. Like, that's a tough question. Like, did I listen to, or just top 3 favorite singers in general? Because I feel like that for me is 2 different answers. Who you consider the top 3? Let's see. Top 3 vocalists. I mean, honestly, like Whitney Houston obviously has to be on that list. For sure, 100%. I would also have to say Cher as well. Because like the things that Cher could do vocally, a lot of people can't do. Not even close. Who else? A surprising one, honestly, would be Kelly Clarkson. I know you did
not just list the fucking auto-tune master right there.
Oh, stop it.
Stop
Then you
it.
might as well say Mariah Carey after that, because fucking the shit that she did.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was actually gonna say Kelly Clarkson, because
she's got a good voice.
If you just like, Kelly Clarkson can literally sing
this
anything.
Guy's got the hots for only female singers. Did you see all this? How is Chris Cornell not on this list, bro? 4 octave range, dude. Oh, sorry.
Listen,
sorry.
he just said he just said who I consider top 3.
I know. Like, this isn't my question. I know. That's why I said sorry. Sorry.
Also another one that I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't say like a top, like in the top 3. But another one is Tori Kelly. If you've ever gotten to hear Tori Kelly, the amount, like, she has one of the best chest mixes out of any vocalist, like male or female, I've ever heard. Her vocal range and runs are just gnarly.
She's a solo.
Yeah.
Wait, like Sing. Is this the chick? Wait, Mom Bears is telling me from Sing. Wait, who does she play in Sing? She does the voice of the elephant. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like she, like her, like I idolize, like I wish that I could even do half of what she does. Like, it's actually gnarly.
And then Sassy's mentioning Haley. I just actually was telling this to my wife and daughter. They were driving, because they're always listening to like their shit in the car, right? And like I think Haley was, I don't know her last name, but she's also like a character in Sing. I was like, this song isn't that bad. I'm like, this is actually like way better than half the crap you guys are normally listening to, because it had like, I don't know. I'm super. Oh, Halsey, whatever. Okay. Oh, never mind. Oh, is she talking about Haley Williams? Isn't that from Paramore? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I don't even know anymore. I'm just gonna shut up. We're just gonna go back to letting Echoes host this podcast now. It's just him hosting episode 2 of 17. So. Anyways, yeah, there's too many good singers to fucking really answer that question. So,
yeah,
like,
no,
you could answer it per genre almost. Like, there's just so many.
You can go by genre. You can go by males and females. You can go by anything. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's talking about Haley Williams.
No, not the girl from.
Oh wait.
I'm confused.
Wait a minute, babe. Who are you talking about? Wait. Well, wait. I think,
like, Eminem's daughter.
No. No. I'm trying to think of who she's talking about. Is it Oh boy. No, my brain hurts.
Yeah, you're gonna get in the doghouse for not knowing.
The only person I can think of she's talking about is the girl who did the rendition of Can't Help Falling in Love.
Oh, I've heard that.
Is it Haley Weinhart? Maybe. I think that's her name.
I'll just nod my head.
Oh, she is talking Haley. I swear to God. Okay, I'm done.
Wait, nope. What? No. So wait. There's supposed to be like a comma somewhere. Like no. The girl from Paramore. Comma, not Halsey.
Okay, we're both.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. We're
so okay. Critical. So
this is okay. This is where the podcast ends. We're done. Yep. We're done. Yep. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. So we've talked about your favorite bands, talked about your favorite vocalists. Would those same people be your influences when you're writing music, or would you say you even pull influences from elsewhere, other than those that you've listed when you're usually writing stuff, or do you just kind of not even try to focus on certain things you've been vibing on? Like a lot of times when we're writing stuff, it's based off of our emotions, it's based off things we've been listening to recently, and we kind of branch off of those.
I think I don't want to say that I necessarily think about like influences when I'm writing. I think it's more of I'm just trying to write music that's relatable. Whether it's a happy or a sad song, like I want people to listen to it and be like, oh, okay, like I understand, like yeah, you know. Because at the end of the day, like I feel like every song should tell a story in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
And whoever's listening to that song should be like, oh, okay, I understand what he was going for.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily say that like, oh, like I'm trying to write like this person, I'm trying to write like that person. Like, I mean, you could do that, but then you're gonna start like kind of crossing over and start sounding like other people.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for fellow songwriters to help kind of get them going if anyone's looking to write music, whether it be just vocals, lyrics, or music on guitar or any other instrument?
One thing that helped me out a lot, that I kind of learned over the years was, now you can either do this in a journal or you can do it like with like the notepad on your phone. But like those random like super impulse thoughts that you have, like some, like you hear a word or you hear a phrase, you just write it down. And then like one day you'll just go back and see like a bunch of that, like a bunch of what you wrote down, and you're like, oh, maybe I can make a song out of this. You could take like a phrase and be like, okay, how do I write a song around this phrase? And then you kind of just take it piece by piece. The biggest thing I would recommend is just to not get frustrated, because writing music is not easy.
No,
by any means. I mean, I talked about doing it for years, and I finally started doing it just for like 6 months, and I'm still learning a lot. Like I'm still nowhere even near I would call myself a great songwriter.
I would say it's always going to be a learning process, because I think if you ever get to a point where you're like, I already know what to do, that's when your music is going to get stalemated, and it's not going to be, it's going to need to adapt.
Like for perfect example, I know we haven't gotten to this subject yet, and I feel like we're going to, but the Underground Uprising, like this week we've had to write a song specifically about our experience on Kick. And like for me, one of the most uncomfortable things, and it's crazy because I was just talking to Johnny about this, who's my partner. I just told him, I was like, one of the things I hate the most is when I get kind of put into a box of what I have to write about. Because it's one thing to just write about whatever you want. Like you when you're picking the topic and you're writing about what you want to write. But the minute that you turn around and all of a sudden someone's like, okay, I need you to write about this specific thing, you're like, oh, yeah, sure, okay, that sounds great. And in concept it doesn't sound that bad, but when you actually like sit down and start, like, I kid you not, this entire week I've deleted and written lyrics probably,
I don't doubt
20
this.
plus times.
I don't doubt this.
20 plus times, because I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds good. Wait a minute, that just sounds terrible. Because like I'll write it down and it sounds good, but then when I try to like put it over music and I'm like, oh shit, this doesn't sound good at all.
So I'll let the audience know, like, all of the like legit vocalists that I've worked with and spoken with, they all have this type of, like, you guys hate this. Like, you guys need that freedom to write. Because and that's the thing too, like, you have to be pushed into that emotion, and I think like when you're pigeonholed into, oh, you got to write about this, you got to write about that, it's so forced and it's not natural. Like even whether it's musically or whether it's vocally or lyrically, like it's being forced into something. It's just, dude, the natural music that gets written is always the best, because it's the most pure and it's the most genuine, and I think it's the most relatable for audience and listeners to get along with too.
And that kind of goes back to what I was just saying about the fact that, like, I'm a person that loves to make music that's relatable, but it's very hard to do when, again, you're kind of put in a box where you're like, okay, you have to write about this specific thing. Like that is way more of a challenge than people realize it is. Because like I said, when you can kind of just freelance and write about what you want to write, like from your personal experience, it actually comes a lot more naturally than you think. But when you're having to write about a specific topic, your train of thought all of a sudden has to change.
Yes.
And you have to say, okay, so now I have to write specific lyrics around this one topic. But at the same time, then you also start to say, well, I don't want to be too literal with it, because then it just seems like I'm just writing a song to write a song. So you like try to get into the mindset where you want to make something that's relatable, but at the same time it has to relate to the topic, and then you just get absolutely stressed out.
Yeah. I think when it comes to things like that, and that's what I think dissects like a lot of good vocalists. And it's weird because you saying this might not seem like they're better vocalists, but I think the more you broadenize and make it just a generalized, you're not so focused, like you said, a literal, like your kick experience. Like you can generalize that to relate to so many other experiences.
Yes.
That doesn't just need to be kick. Whether I'll be honest, like I've never really been one that's huge on like name drops and lyrics, but like whether or not like kick was name dropped or not, like you don't even, if you can get away with not having to do that, and you can create something that's relatable and a broad outcome that is still relatable to that, like that separates like the top tier like lyricists and vocalists from the others, because and it sounds like it's easier to broadenize it, but it's not. Like making something that's can be across the spectrum in so many avenues where not every listener will interpret it the same, whereas those songs that are just dumbed down and it's like, okay, well, you know what this song's about no matter what, like regardless of who's listening to it, because it's so direct.
And not to necessarily go too much into it, but like you know, that and that's one thing that I've loved about working with Johnny is like I've been bouncing ideas off of him all week, and I don't think there's anywhere in this song that has the word kick in it. I think we
that's good,
pretty much got to the point where we wanted to do firsthand experience from different sides, but like make it sound like a relatable song. So
that's good.
So yeah, but he did make a point to me when we were talking about it today, where he said that sometimes when you get put into that box, it actually forces you, it actually makes you a better songwriter, because at that point, like because you can honestly have anybody come to you and say, hey, I need you, can you write me a song about this? And like you like doing stuff like that, you learn to be a little bit quicker on the spot with like coming up with lyrics. So I can understand to a point.
It's lyricists. I like working with lyricists. You guys are interesting, because it's just like no, seriously, like dude, I remember we had a song, our first single we ever dropped. Cameron had the chorus for that song probably a whole year before he ever ended up writing the fucking verses for that song. And it was just like, to me, it's so crazy how like you can get spark on something in a section, right? And then it's like the music didn't change for like that whole year, and then it's like we kind of revisit it. We kind of worked with some other songs, and then you just kind of always can come back to something that you know is solid. Like you said, you pulled this demo out for this new song coming out that you had been sitting on for years, and it's like I'm kind of one of the ones that kind of believes like no type of riff that I write can not be used. Like there's always a way to adapt it and make it feasible for it to work, whether it may have been basic and super simple at first and it needed some, you know, more flair to it or something like that. But and it's just so crazy how like vocalists are so interesting, especially when it comes to lyrics, because I will never forget, like I said, he had the chorus for over a year, and then one day he's like, verse 1 2 3 bridge. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you just wrote like 4 he's like over like the course of 2 days since I had last spoke to him, I'm like, how? And it ended up being like the most fire shit ever. And I'm just like,
yeah.
And it just gets like, when you have like those type of moments too, when you get like, especially as a lyricist or even just as a guitarist, like it sparks you to even get into like other things. Like you're like, fuck yeah, we killed this, let's get on this other song, we were kind of messing with that song, let's I think we were on like momentum to make this song sick too. And you just kind of start hashing out songs and getting singles going. I feel like that's what you've been doing, man, because you've been dropping so many singles as of late, especially since streaming on Kick.
I think once you kind of get on a momentum swing, so for me, the biggest thing was like getting the first one out.
Mm-hmm.
Like once I got that first single out, I said, okay, like I did it. Like I've officially kind of crossed that line. And now that I have that, now I can go and start doing other stuff. And then I did a rap song for the first time, and then like I started doing collabs with people, and like it just became a snowball effect where like I finally was in the right frame of mind. But then after I came out with the album in March, now I had stopped writing before that. I think everything was done for that, and I think like February. Once that album was done, I had kind of just taken a break.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, all right, like I've put out a lot of music, I'm gonna calm down, like you're gonna reset and whatnot. And then all of a sudden I kind of went back to almost having a little bit of writer's block, where I was like, okay, I'm not able to kind of think as clearly as I was. So it's like once you get that momentum, like just constantly keep writing, because there will be a point where if you do stop, you probably will, it'll probably like be a little switch, and then you kind of have to work hard to get that switch back on. So
I don't want to talk about getting that switch back on, dude. Dude, so like when we wrote like all of our stuff, like my singer used to literally work across the street, so he just come over after his shift every day, like every day, and we would just be writing shit every day, recording, demoing, all that stuff. And then like then he got a new job, and it kind of slowed down a little bit. We were still local and everything, and then like COVID hit, and then obviously like I fucking moved here, and then like part of us are remote. We were doing rehearsals and shit before COVID and all that stuff. And then that shit just stopped, and then two of us moved remotely, and it's just like now we're like, you have to, it's like a different game for us, because like we have all these songs written, and it's just more of a matter of getting them, it's more a matter of me getting them produced, because everything's pretty much recorded, getting them out. But it's like, as a band, you have to, well, even just as a solo artist and as a content creator, you have to play that social media game. Like you can't just, all right, I put my songs out, have fun, hope you guys listen to it. Like it doesn't work like that. And it sucks because none of the rest of my guys are like, we're all at that age where like we're not really wanting to be social media like present, but like I have to because of streaming and whatnot. But like it's not the same for any of them, so there's not really a reason for them to get into it. But
so yeah, so it's crazy that you mentioned that. So for this single, the single coming out Friday, it's the first time that I've actually really hardcore promoted a single on somewhere other than the streaming world. Yeah. Like I actually put that stuff on my Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, which obviously created more pre-saves than I've ever like the pre-saves on this song like beat out any other of my songs total. Like albums or whatever, like this song like beats everything else combined.
That's awesome.
And
that's amazing.
Like, but it was I don't know why it was something I felt about this song that was completely different than anything else. And I think it was just more or less because I put a lot more effort into this single compared to any other single. Like I literally went to Nashville to go record this.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't gone to a recording studio to record any of the singles I'd come out with. Those were done in my room, you know. So that was already different. And then, you know, working with the music video guy and working with a producer in like IRL, and being a part of that entire process and hearing everything like actually tracked out with live instruments compared to just having a track. And also just the fact of this is something I've worked on for years, so it was just like this song's my pride and joy. Like there's been a lot, I've been through a lot with this song, and so with the social media stuff, like, you know, for example, like Mindset, when I came out with it that had just kind of been released to the streaming world. Like I kind of posted on Twitter and I was just like, hey, like this is my first single, and I mean that song has over 12,000 streams, which I mean is for
crazy
for literally never promoting it anywhere else other than Twitter. That's pretty damn good.
Just make me want to sign off. Bro, dude,
you're
right. I have no
right.
idea how to do this stuff. Like, I still feel like when I'm trying to promote our band stuff, like I just fail miserably, and like I don't even like.
It's
our last
tough,
EP,
dude. Like,
it is, dude. It is.
It's so tough because social media can literally be the difference between a song having like a couple thousand, maybe 10,000 streams, to a song having hundreds of thousands to millions of streams. Literally. And it could literally just be social media.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, social media is going to spread that out everywhere. So like if you're not trying to promote your song other places other than like just one place, and again that kind of goes back to the whole like even just streaming wise, like if you're not putting your content out on other platforms, like whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, like if you're not putting yourself on, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. You're not giving yourself a chance for other people that maybe have never seen your stream before, your content before. You're not giving those people a chance to see it.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't come watch your streams, but at least they're going to watch your content that you're posting and interact with it.
Yeah.
You know? So the streaming world in the music business is so similar in that way. Like social media is huge, but social media is also a very toxic place, but we're not getting into that conversation.
Yeah.
But like social media can be a blessing, and it can also just be very mentally taxing.
Yep. Absolutely.
But you have to learn the game if you want to become successful. Like that's social media is the game, and we have to play it.
Yep.
So
100%. And that's what I've been trying to tell my guys. I'm like, it sucks because it's like I was trying. It pretty much got to the point where it's like I was just the only guy fucking with our band's social media, and I'm like, I ain't trying to make this the second Destro account. Like nobody wants to go watch a second Destro account. Like I need some other, you guys got to do some stuff too. But I heard you mention Instagram earlier. I wasn't able to find your Instagram. It's not on your link tree. It's not on you have an Instagram?
I do. Well, it's like a personal music. It's what I used to use for like shows and whatnot.
Should I? Yeah. I need to follow this personally. If you don't want to put it in the chat or anything, but maybe message me at some point.
Yeah. I got you. I
didn't. I was trying to find you on Instagram because I usually like do the collab tag thing, but yeah. Okay.
I just sent it to you.
I don't know. I'm not crazy. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy. I didn't put that on my link tree just because like that. Like I said, that's just kind of where I post my music stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
But some people have actually gone out and found it. Like they've done their research and they found it.
Is it under your Spotify artist name?
Yes, it's under. Okay. Well, yeah, it's under my Spotify artist name, but just with music after it. So it's cool. Like if you're not searching that hard, you can probably figure it out. You can probably put two and two together.
I'm like a super stoner, so even when I'm not searching hard, I can't find what I'm looking for, dude. Oh man. So let's we kind of started going down the social media avenue and streaming. We don't have to talk about it too much because we did kind of talk about it in our first take on this podcast, but I know you initially started streaming on Facebook, and then made the jump over to Twitch at some point. before making the move over here to Kick. And now you're multi-streaming as well on TikTok, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So kind of talk about how, like, what your value that you see with like all these platforms is, whether it be streaming or just social media posting in general, like how you were just talking about using those different avenues as platforms to publish or promote your material or even just your streams.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, I think it's just kind of simple as this. You know, it's the don't put all your eggs in one basket trick, because a lot of people will just, you know, they'll go live, and they'll stream for 4 hours, whatever it is, and then they'll be done. Like that's kind of like that. That's it for them. Now, granted,
hey, that's what I do.
That's cool. You know, you might get some new followers. You possibly might get front paged. But pretty much anybody on the Kick platform can see that content. Now, anybody that's not on Kick can't see that content.
Correct.
So, like for me, for example, I don't do it all the time, but like usually like once or twice a week, I'll multi-stream to TikTok Live. And my TikTok has been taken off a little bit. I don't want to say like crazy, but like instead of getting hundreds of views on videos, I started to get like thousands of views on videos, which is an improvement. But what I do is, you know, I multi-stream the TikTok Live, and I allow people on TikTok Live to just enjoy the content. Like obviously, like it's in vertical, so you can't necessarily see the entire screen, but they can kind of get it. Like they see my face pretty clearly. They see the game. And I'm just trying, you know, at the end of the day, like I just try to treat it like any other stream, and you know, I'm interacting with multiple chats, and I'm just having a good time and allowing people to see it from a different perspective. And TikTok's a great tool. There's a lot of people on TikTok that are into gaming content, music content, like live music on TikTok. A lot of people don't know this, goes crazy.
I'm excited to endeavor in this. So are you using, when you're dual streaming, are you all through OBS? Are you using, you have a key set up through an agency, or how's, well, like, TikTok, the process for TikTok Live is very complicated, I feel like.
So TikTok doesn't give out stream keys anymore.
Correct.
So
are you on Studio?
I am, yes. So I am in part of an agency. That gave me that gave me access to go live through TikTok Studio. But something that makes it super easy is I do everything through OBS. And then what I do is I already have, so there's a plugin called Atom. If you don't know what it is, for anybody that's listening to this, it's a vertical plugin that'll save your life. It'll literally make the clips for you. Like, it's amazing.
All of my YouTube content is filmed through Atom.
Yep. So all I do is pretty much just set it up exactly how I would want the TikTok stream to see it. Like any like text, logos, anything like that. And then all I do is I virtual cam it through OBS and set it up as a source in TikTok Studio, and it's right there.
Nice.
It's at first it was very complicated. But they've definitely over the past few months made it a lot easier and a lot more user friendly. To use Studio.
I'm super stoked. Last episode 5 was Grim, and he had talked about like the TikTok Live setup and everything like that. He sent me like a whole, bro, dude, he sent me like, I swear, bro, it was like the tutorial TikTok brochure like that he typed up. Man, bless his heart, man, because I literally finally got to it, just applied to the agency and whatnot today, actually. So I'm hoping we'll be dual streaming to TikTok as well pretty soon. I just got the OBS bot a couple weeks ago from Kixpix, so I'm gonna use that for like our vertical setup over on TikTok and
that's smart.
See what we can implement. And so it's kind of interesting how you had mentioned, like, you know,
this little gimbal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the tiny, right?
Yeah, I actually just reset up I've had this for a hot minute, but I actually just reset it up the other day. I actually have so fun fact, I didn't know this. Apparently it's magnetic.
It is. Yes.
And so I actually have it sitting on top of my PC.
Nice.
And so like that one gives like a different view for like music streams, like if I'm sitting down or whatnot, or if I want to just like walk throughout the room and do whatever. So
that's what I figured was best.
Yeah, it's a cute little gimbal. It's cool.
Yeah, I used to have one actually way back when they were like in beta mode.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like when I first moved to Tennessee, I had one, like whatever the 1080 base version they had, like first model they had was, and it was cool. But this is when I had long hair, and so when I would headbang and like flip my hair up, it would like try to track me, and it would always get stuck in my ceiling fan, and it would just get stuck there. So I was just like, okay, I gotta get rid of it.
The other day I was playing around with the zoom, and like it zoomed in on my forehead, and then it started like flickering back and forth like this way, and it was like trying to go to my ceiling, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like my face is over here, not my forehead.
They're super cool, but they are super finicky. They're
temperamental, man.
They are, dude. They really are. It sucks, and it's funny at the same time. But yeah, I'm super OCD. I don't know if I could like don't get me wrong, the newer models are amazing.
Yeah.
But compared to still like a DSLR camera with a high-end lens, like I'll take that any day over a tracking cam, dude.
Yeah, I was yelling at Tiny the other day, and my other half walked in the room, and she's like, "Why are you yelling at a webcam?" And I'm like, it's not behaving, okay? Like, just that's it. That's all I got, you know.
Yep.
So.
Well, at least you didn't hit it, because then 10
years
down the road when we have actual robots, and you'll get in the habit of and then everyone does, and then they come and kill us all, and Skynet is a thing, and the T-1000s everywhere. I don't know, whatever. Oh man. So with like all of the different platforms that you're working across, whether it be Instagram, Kick for streaming, TikTok, YouTube, what would you say is like one of your favorite platforms to post content on? And are you posting different content on these platforms, or kind of just posting the same stuff throughout those platforms?
So right now I would easily say it's TikTok for me has been my favorite platform. I've started to start posting like funny Fortnite videos of like me doing dumb things. And it's been doing fairly well lately. With TikTok, you kind of have to find a niche and kind of stick to it, because like series, for example, like if you end up doing like a series on TikTok and like group everything up in the same way,
you can do that.
Yes.
Like group things.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
So you can do series, and series do really well on TikTok, especially if like people are seeing the same the similar things. So that's a big thing. Is series. But yeah, like literally just finding your niche, and then TikTok, you can experiment.
Yeah.
You can experiment with different games. You can experiment with different kinds of content. You can do whatever. Honestly, I mean, people will just go live on their phones and just sit there and talk, or they'll try to sell you things. Which, by the way, chat, a disclaimer: don't buy things in the TikTok shop. It's addicting.
Oh, it's addicting.
Oh,
dude, they get some good deals from what I've heard.
I mean, they do, but like, just that's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down, because like it's like it's. You think Amazon's bad?
Oh, I know Amazon's bad. By the way, guys,
I have to say,
I got some couple items in the throne list. If any of my viewers are looking to help out the shred shed, now is the time.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is I was very good this Prime Day, and I only bought one thing. That's it. I bought one thing.
I there's two things I'd like to get. I haven't talked with the missus though, so we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Still got time.
I bought one thing, and it was the retro purple stream deck because I had to have it.
You got that, huh? Oh
Yep.
shit.
Yep. I had to have it, dude. Like it was one of those things. It's like I'll find a way to use it, but for now it's just like oh shit, like this is nostalgic. Like, okay, I'm like one of the only people that has it because it's a limited thing. Like once they sold out, they sold out.
Yep.
So I was like, I needed, like, it was only, I think it was like only like $120, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, it's still less than the price of a normal stream deck.
Yeah.
Your kickbot is clearly not awake.
No, it's definitely dead. I think it's I don't know.
None of my Funkos are signed, unfortunately. I wish, but none of them are signed.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Wait, why is this chat? Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay. Yeah. I see I see that message in this chat. I don't see it in this chat. But yeah, my kickbot. Apparently, my chat's all jacked up too. But well, we need to change that. We need to get you some signed Funkos.
Dude, I mean, those are worth more money, so absolutely.
So my wife works for like a talent for like a memorabilia agency.
Okay.
And they get a bunch of I have a bunch of signed pops behind me and stuff like that.
Oh,
they do
dope.
like signings all the time. So they're actually in like 2 weeks, I think they're having Ahmad Best, who is the voice of Jar Jar Binks, coming over for a signing.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. They get a bunch of cool shit like that. So but
I will take a picture of it.
Need.
I'll take a picture of my collection. I'll send it to you, Destro, and you can show it to her.
Okay.
And
we'll find out. Yeah, I gotta find out what. Okay, so here we go. What's some of your favorite pop culture? Like what's the nostalgia for you?
SpongeBob for one.
Okay.
Because yeah, that was life for me. Also, Rugrats as well, because I not only have.
We have a signed. I know we have a signed Chucky pop in our house somewhere.
So I have a rare Tommy Pickles, Funko. I also have I not only have a green Reptar, I also have a purple Reptar.
Oh, what? You got a green? Where is that? Show me that.
It's.
I need to see that. Dude, I don't have. Dude, you know me as a Godzilla fan. The fact that I don't have anything Reptar is crazy. What happened to your cable?
It's fine. It just got caught under my chair.
I love it. The nerd talk has begun. Oh shit, dude, what? Oh,
yeah.
227. Okay, I'm literally googling that pop right now. Okay, those are fucking beautiful.
Oh, but yeah, that's the Tommy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have a. You could get Leatherface signed. Wait, what? He didn't say anything about.
Oh yeah, I have a Leatherface down there. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Wait, you saw that? Man, I'm so blind.
That's crazy. She saw that, because that's a second shelf one.
Yeah. Yeah, I see you have pops behind pops.
Oh yeah.
You gotta fix that.
Well, okay. So to be fair, the pops that are behind are like the lower value ones that are just kind of like. But like obviously, like I only have so much room I can work with. But like the next room that I build is gonna be an entire Funko wall.
There you go. So you're one of the keep in the box policy kind of guys.
Oh, I will never ever take a Funko out of the box ever.
Or anything else. What other collectors you just keep in the box? Yeah, I'm just the Funko guy. I don't really go outside of Funkos. Got it.
I mean, it was like when I was a kid, I used to collect the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Pokemon for me. Speaking of, I literally just started watching that show with my son, the old school fucking anime. I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Did you see the new Pokemon game that's out? Like it's the Poke MMO or whatever it is.
Wait, is it out yet, or it's gonna be coming out?
It's out apparently. It's like I don't know the whole story behind it. But
there was like a game a couple of years ago that there was like
it's like a PC games. It's a PC version of Pokemon.
Oh, okay, you shouldn't have told me about this.
I'm sorry, it's my bad.
All right. Google, here's on my to-do list. Google MMO Pokemon PC game. You mean I don't have to go out in the street and try and get killed by a car by capturing a Pokemon on my phone? No. Okay,
no,
that's good.
You know how to.
That's good. Oh man. Well, yeah, man. I know we talked about a bunch of stuff. We still haven't really gone down most of the streaming stuff. Yeah, we kind of talked about the different platforms for posting for social media. But what would you say has been your favorite platform to stream on for live streaming, whether it be gaming or music, and what has been the reasoning behind like that being your favorite platform to stream on?
I think for me it's really has to be Kick, and I think just more for the fact of Kick has given me more it's given me more opportunities than I've had. Yeah. Especially just from a music standpoint, like
absolutely
being able to like release my own music and have people stream it and whatnot. And like I've been part of talent shows on here and all that whatnot, and been front page multiple times, like just playing music and singing and stuff like that. So yeah, I think just from like an opportunity standpoint, Kick has definitely been like it for me.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same. It just feels different. Like I don't know if it's because it's smaller and that maybe there's more of like we kind of get pushed more in the limelight at times, maybe, and that's beneficial. But yeah, it just also seems like because of it being smaller, it's more of like a tighter community. Like I feel like I've never been this close with other streamers as well, like as I was. Like it just I wasn't this tight with other streamers as I was on Twitch. Like it over there, you're more of acquaintances than friends, and I feel like over here friendships are built between streamers, and not even just that, mods and viewers. And we're obviously on a new platform that's still evolving, and they got a lot to grow with. But yeah, I think the opportunities and what they believe in with the different categories, especially music, it seems like the platform really loves its music. I think there's a lot of potential for what us musicians can do on the platform, and even opportunities that they can have for us, like seeing Dubs and Amaze, and Grim play the main stages of DreamHack and everything like that. Like it's to me that's so much bit different than Twitch's little Copacabana or whatever the fuck what do they call it, Capacabana, whatever. I don't know if anyone's been to TwitchCon, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But
I feel like and I've had this conversation with Andrew. I think live music in general just needs to be a bigger part of these cons.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think there needs to be something in place that a lot, like if you're able to and you have the means to, like you should be able to, if you want, like perform at a con. Like, whether it's a main stage or whether it's like the after party or whatever it is.
You could even have some of these, there's so many of these vendor booths. You could even have some of these booths where you just have a small PA and an acoustic,
like a little stage or something like that. Yeah,
it doesn't even have to be loud. Like it could just be a little setup, no more than what you use at a venue.
Exactly. Yeah. I think they're, I think it's going in the right direction as per for music wise, but they're definitely, I think that next step definitely could be taken. I think more presence of live music, because let me tell you something, and I know for sure that a lot of people would attest to this. Hearing people through a stream is one thing, but being able to see that person perform live is a whole different thing.
We don't want anybody will tell you
out
here.
like anybody will tell you, like people that have heard me sing on stream and people that have heard me sing in person, they're like, this man is a whole different singer in person. And it's true, because like I feel like in person, like obviously I'm around, like I'm surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Like it actually, like I can, you know, really kind of get into
the
it
energy
more
is
rather
actually
than like,
there, as opposed to make believe based on some text numbers.
yeah, you know, it's a lot to listen. There's a huge difference between being in a room by yourself with a camera rather than being in front of like 100+ people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so
yep, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to fucking switch it up, because dude, it's and like that's another thing. So why don't we talk about that? Like what would you say are, so you can kind of relate this question to both streaming and gigging. What is your mentality when like things seem to slow down, or it seems like things maybe aren't going as energetic as you'd like, whether it be at a gig or in a stream? Like what do you do to mentally kind of pull yourself into that mindset where like, you know, the show must go on, like I can't, because like people see our emotions, right? Like we're on stream, we're in their face, you know, you can tell whether somebody's into what they're doing or whether they're not. What do you think you do in those situations? What do you do to get out of those, or kind of reinforce yourself to stay positive?
So I guess I'll start from a music standpoint, because I mean there's been plenty of times that I've played to literally the wall or the bartender that's working there. When it comes to gigs, you know, at first it sucked. At first it was literally one of the worst feelings. Because it's like, you know, you work so hard to like, you know, learn all these different genres and learn all these different songs and whatnot, and then all of a sudden you go to a venue and there's just literally nobody there. But I think over time, when you do enough of them, you realize like, wait a minute, I can use this opportunity to maybe try out some new songs, or maybe do some songs differently than I normally do. Like whatever it is. Or sometimes what I used to do is like I would end up just taking my phone, turning on like Instagram Live or something, or Facebook Live or whatever it was, and
find
just
a way to change it up.
Just find a way to like get in front of some people for that night, you know, because you just never know what's gonna happen. Streaming, on the other hand, I feel is a little bit of a different game, because, you know, kind of back to you're in a room by yourself with a camera. So, you know, you're kind of almost in a way kind of alone all the time, but you also have people that are watching your stream all the time too. But it's funny that you kind of asked this question in the time that I'm kind of going through right now, because I feel like the past couple months has been super slow. And
for
it's been
streaming or gigging.
Yeah, no, for streaming. And
summers are rough, man.
Summertime and streaming is a really rough time for a lot of people.
Yep.
It really is. And it can definitely run you down. But I think in summertime is really the time to focus on other platforms, is to start building that stuff. If you haven't already, like start building it. Because when the next summer comes along, you might be in a better position than other people.
100%, dude. Like I think at the end of August, beginning of September, I'll be coming up on a full year of not missing a single weekday of posting a guitar short.
That's great.
Yeah, even through like being sick and shit like that. Yeah, it's just like seeing the growth. Like now it's not astronomical. Like I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary that's just like breaking some metric shit, you know. But like to have gone, I want to say like around this time last year, I was maybe at 100 subs maybe on YouTube. Yeah. I'm at like 825 or something now, and to see like that over a year is, to me, like as somebody who never really hit those other platforms until like recently, I'd probably say we're coming up on a year now where I've tried to really hit all those other platforms, and and it's still a learning curve, man. Like I've been streaming for 4.5 years on through Twitch and Kick, but like it's because I've been streaming doesn't mean I know those other platforms. And like you say, like TikTok is very experimental. I'm finally starting to figure out where I need to kind of do different pivots, like to make that content different from my YouTube content. Instagram, I can't figure out, man. Like I just struggle on that platform. I don't know what it is, but
Instagram, Instagram is becoming. I've noticed Instagram is starting to become more of a gaming thing than anything.
I have noticed a lot of gaming stuff kick off more than music, but like
gaming stuff's been popping off like crazy
shit there, but
see,
I don't know.
But see, that's kind of where gaming versus music comes into play, because that's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like people are when they're watching streams, people are very used to watching gaming content. They're not used to watching people make music or sing or whatever it is on stream. So when it comes to music content, it's very different, and not everybody likes it.
Yeah,
you can be a very talented vocalist, you can be a very, very talented guitarist, but at the end of the day, there are people out there that will not watch it because it's not gaming,
and they'll make it known that they don't like your shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, and they Jesus Christ, you know how many people over the past week
comments on that? I'm like, why don't you just scroll past, bro? How did this anger you so much? Dude.
Do you know how many people I've had come into my streams in the past 2 weeks and tell me that I suck at music? And I'm just like, thanks,
bro.
I had
like
one guy.
The front page is like a curse.
Hold
bro.
on, hold on. I got a really funny story for you. I had a guy come in yesterday. I literally laughed in his face.
420's already talking about it.
I literally had a guy come in. I had not played a single song. I was just having music in the background. And literally this guy comes in and is like, dude, you suck. Like, stop making music. And I'm just like, brother, I haven't even started playing. What? Hello?
Dude, those trolls are gnarly.
Some people just have the fucking nerve to like just walk into a stream without even knowing what's going on and just being negative.
Yeah,
and
like
I'm
those
just
ones
like,
that just come in, first thing they say is play through the fire and the flames, and then and then you get fucking butthurt because you've heard that a million times, and they're like, I was just asking a question, bro. Like they did no fucking wrong, and I'm like, bro, you're the reason I have an anxiety every couple of months. Is people like you. But yeah,
it's like and that's one thing I don't like about the front page on Kick is that it really, that's what really opens you up to a lot of these like trolls and shit like that. Like,
yeah,
that come
it does.
In. Like the other day, I was just talking about the fact that I'd gone to the gym for the first time in like 3.5 years because I've been like dealing with injuries and whatnot, and I've just been very unmotivated. But I went to the gym, and don't get me wrong, I know that I'm a little overweight. Like I know this. Like that's why I'm going back to the gym, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But like I literally had 3 different people that one day that came in and were like, dude, you're like overweight. And I'm like,
people suck, bro.
Like, thanks.
People suck.
I appreciate it. Like, way to make me feel better. You know what I'm saying? It's it's crazy,
dude. I don't get a lot. I mean, I get a lot of those trolls, but not to the point of like, you know, body or like other type of shames of that thing. Like some of these females, dude, the way it, like Lady Desiree, like as a female music streamer, and like even some other music or female streamers that I watch, and I'm just like seeing how their chat goes. I'm like, dude, yep. I feel so awful for these girls having to deal with this shit day in and day out, and it's just people suck, man.
We are in a state of social media where a lot of people will just hide behind a they hide behind a keyboard. Bro. They hide behind a keyboard and they know what they can say whatever they want, because all that's going to happen at the end of the day is their account's going to get banned, and then they're just going to make another account, and then they're just going to keep doing it.
Emails are easy to make.
But they'll never. But you know what? They can say something to you, but I guarantee you that if they saw you in person, they are not going to say the same thing to your face.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
No.
Because otherwise you getting dropped on spot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, right, exactly.
Come on,
and half of them are, dude. I mean, how
half
many of them are these teenagers,
children?
Dude?
Come on now,
bro. That I literally got into like some YouTube comment argument with like this guy had to have been like a teenager, and then just kept going off. I'm like, all right, man, just keep commenting back because all you're doing is helping my metrics.
Like, thanks for helping me, appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's
that's like if someone like because I've had it happen a lot of times where people will like they'll follow bot me, they'll view bot me, they'll chat bot me, whatever, and I literally am just like, okay, like this might hurt my metrics a little bit and it sucks, but at the end of the day, like, also thank you for helping my metrics out, I appreciate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for getting me more viewers. I mean, not like they exist, but like, thanks, I appreciate it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's social media is very interesting, especially with, you know, what we do as streamers and engaging in like different platforms. It's so weird to see like the vast difference between a platform like TikTok and Twitter, or X, sorry. Because, you know, it's like one being a video form kind of content, whereas the other is like an opinionated, like text based comment type content. It's very interesting that we have to use all of these tools in our profession as well in different aspects. Like, I feel like, you know, Twitter is where you make like a lot of those official opinionated type posts, where like you're saying on TikTok, it's like more of those highlight kind of clip things that you're going through. Do you find that certain platforms are unfortunately you're kind of just chained to kind of post because you feel that you got to post on that platform, or do you genuinely enjoy posting all the type of content platforms that you're posting to?
So, okay, this is gonna be a fun answer.
I assure you, none of their CEOs of those companies are in here. It don't matter what you say.
Yeah, you know. So I'll start with TikTok. I mean, TikTok, like I said, TikTok can be a weird place because like it's TikTok, but I feel like TikTok is definitely more rewarding in a lot of senses. Like, I'll give a perfect example. You might know who this is, Miss Conflicted, if you've ever heard of her before. She's the Beat Saber girl, as people know her by. I went into her TikTok live last night, and like she has like 400, like 500 plus people in her stream, and like her TikTok's been popping off lately, and she's doing is playing Beat Saber.
That's epic.
But like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So there's opportunities like that, and then you go to Twitter, and Twitter sucks.
It does.
Twitter is literally the most toxic place that exists.
So much drama.
Cause like no, and it's true, because I log on to Twitter, right? I open Twitter like first thing in the morning, and like 9 times out of 10, the first thing that I see is one of 3 things. It is either someone trying to call someone out for whatever reason, somebody interacting with the porn bot for some weird reason that I don't understand, or it's something political, which I'm like, okay, scrolling past by.
Right.
It's just like, I'll put it this way: streaming when I first started back in 2020 was such a simple place. It was such a simple time, you know. When people would just
Can we
like
have
play
COVID
games.
Lockdowns back? No, I'm just kidding. Kidding. I didn't mean that. I'm just kidding. I swear to God, you're talking. So I am very anti those. That was a joke.
Oh my God,
that was a joke. But for streaming purposes,
but streaming in 2020 was like playing games with each other and making content and just enjoying each other's company.
Peak, dude. It was
like that was peak time, and then it just. But then
did you imagine Kick during that time?
Bro, Kick during that time would have been incredible. I honestly believe if Kick had started back then, it would be a whole different platform today.
Yep.
Facts.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, and I think over the years, I think people just started doing things. I think a lot of people started doing things for clout. Like IRL became a big thing, and
everything's clickbait.
I'm gonna say this, and this is not to offend, because there's some people that I know that stream IRL that are fantastic people. So when I say this does not apply to them. But a lot of IRL streaming nowadays is god awful.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
a lot of the IRL streamers nowadays are literally trying to make content out of anything. Whether that's pranking people, whether that's doing illegal things.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's always the most dramatic shit that they are trying to do.
But on that topic, that then all of a sudden gets posted on Twitter, and everybody and their mother is like reposting it and being like, we don't need this content, we don't need this person on our platform, this and that. And all of a sudden Kick is like, Kick all of a sudden is viewed as, oh well, look at what Kick's allowing this person and that person, this person.
Yeah, when
there's literally behind that wall that people are putting up, behind this wall of stupidity, are genuine people that are creating good content.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, everybody looks at those people and says, "Oh, you guys lack morals. You guys don't care about people. You guys are streaming on it. Why are you guys streaming on this platform?" It's like,
this was a big reason of why I was able to detach myself from Twitch completely, dude. Because as soon as that Ice Poseidon thing happened, and it just ignited like it felt like a giant wall of like purple versus green for like a minute.
That's what it turns into every time something happens.
Yeah, it does. And it really made me see a lot of people's like true colors in that facet, and I was just like, I am not about this. I never felt like I've really fit in over there anyway, because like Rocksmith is a big thing over there in the guitar community, and like I don't play that shit, dude. I'm sorry I use my brain to memorize songs, my bad. But fuck me for doing that, but so it's just like,
what do you mean, man? I learned all my stuff to do the Guitar Hero. Come on now.
You mean you don't like just being stuck at the screen?
That's how I learned to play guitar, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Guitar Hero. Come on now.
Yeah. Fucking robot eyes, dude. Anyways, but yeah, it was so easy for me to make the move. And like, when that Ice Poseidon thing genuinely happened, I was about to make an announcement to go Kick full time. And a part of me really had second guessing thoughts. Like, shit, maybe I should not do this like all full time on Kick. Maybe I should still be on Twitch. And I just remember kind of making a post where I was kind of on the fence, and I didn't really know what to say, because like I don't ever make posts like that. Like I stay out of any of that stuff. I am strictly like, my content's music. Come to my content, come to my page to get away from that shit, but I felt like if I was about to make a Kick full-time announcement right after this bullshit happened, that I would be perceived as, and it sucks when you got to get into this like brand perspective, right, where you're like, oh, I gotta worry about my fucking image, when really I shouldn't have to, because I'm not doing anything different. I'm just playing guitar, dude. I'm not, I'm not trying to change the world. And man, I just made a post, not sure what I was really gonna do, and a couple days went by, and just seeing the reaction and the way that some of these Twitch streamers acted, it was easy for me to make that decision and be like, you know what, I'm gonna stay on Kick. Because this type of judgment and all this other stuff, for me, not even being involved into this situation that is like on Kick and not even Kick's fault per se, like I really like, I want to be away from people that judge like that, because like that's not the type of people I want to associate with, because I'm just trying to have a good time. And you know, we may not all agree on things, and like even on Kick, like there's so many of us that I'm sure don't agree on like a lot of things, but like there's a different camaraderie when it comes to Kick. It's not like, and I'm not saying like it's this, there's like a political thing like over on Twitch or like a moral thing over on Twitch, but they do sometimes kind of get on their high horse over there, like, and I don't know why, because no platform's better than the other. Like, dude, I mean, the type of things that you can see on Twitter that don't get censored, and like what someone's been fucking shot and stabbed on TikTok, and that was fucking shown live at one point. There's been shit on YouTube. Like every platform's guilty. Like let's not try and play any of these type of cards like one platform's better than the other. But yeah, I just feel like Kick really, the streamers and the community is just, the camaraderie there is just, it's just so much better, man. Like I feel like everybody's in the same corner as far as we're all in this together. We got different views, we got different perspectives, different content, but we're all in trying to make this platform better. We're all trying to make our streams better. We're all trying to make a better income or life or a side gig for us. And honestly, I am so grateful to have come over to this platform and not have backtracked to Twitch, because I know some streamers that are over there that I feel like if they came over now, like making that move to bringing your community over to this platform would be super hard.
I'll put it as simply as this: you stream on the platform that you want to stream on.
Yeah.
But when it comes to trying to criticize what you're seeing on other platforms, if you don't know what's going on, or if that person's not involved in that situation, there is no need to group that person into other things going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what everybody does is, again, back to examples, when an IRL streamer or really anybody on Kick does something stupid, the first thing that people will say is, oh, well, Kick is a terrible platform and anybody that streams on there is terrible.
Yep.
No, because that's not what that means. Yes, there's a bad apple that did something stupid, but that doesn't mean that that person represents the 99% of people that are behind that wall.
Yeah.
That are actually making good and genuine content and are genuine people and are actually trying to make a change.
Yeah.
And that just kind of goes to like the small mind concept. Like a lot of people just don't really see the bigger picture. They just see something and they just want to attack it.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Whether it be for their own clickbait or something else, you know.
A lot of people do things for clout nowadays. You know.
Wait, what? No, there's no way. All right, well let's get to some lighter conversation. We've talked about all this music. We talked about all this streaming. What does Echoes like to do outside of these stressful environments that involve streaming and music? I know you're a big bowler.
I am very big. I've been you know, a lot of people have said like the gym is a really good place to kind of like be in a better mental state, and they're not wrong.
No, that's
like,
facts. That's true.
I like the past couple days, I'm not even gonna front, like the past couple days, like after I've gone to the gym, like I definitely feel in like a lot better of a place than I was mentally. Like it definitely is super helpful. But yeah, I mean bowling, going to the gym, honestly, even just like spending quality time with my kids, spending quality time with my other half, like going out and doing things like touching grass, you know. Yeah. Like just not being confined to my room.
Yeah.
All the time. Because
I know all about that way too much, bro.
Yeah, it's you know, because like, you know, obviously we all get in this mindset where we're just kind of like in a go, like, you know, we got to be streaming, we got to be making content, we got to be doing this. But like a lot of people just kind of forget to sometimes just take a step back and just enjoy life. Like life, it does not. Life isn't on these screens. It's not. Life isn't on social media. Life is literally when you walk out of this room. Like that's life. Like everything else that happens. That like there's more to life than just than social media or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
And burnout is a huge thing, by the way. A lot of people don't realize that too.
So
but, burnout is a bitch.
What do you try and do to combat that?
So one thing I've done, honestly, is I'll take random days off. I won't say anything about it. I just take random days off. There will be some days that I wake up and I'm just like, you know, I don't necessarily feel like being on screen today.
Yeah.
Like today was a perfect example. It was like I had a really shitty day yesterday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was just one of those like really bad mental days. And it happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, those do happen.
So I woke up today and I was like, all right, I have the gym today. I was like, let's see how I feel after the gym. I went to the gym, did my workout, felt great, came home, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to stream today. I was like, I kind of just want to relax. I'm going to work on some stuff.
Do it.
And I'm just going to enjoy my day. And that's what I did. So, I know a lot of people will they'll post when they're taking days off, and I try to do that if I can, but sometimes at the end of the day, like you don't want to feel like you have to post all the time about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you literally just want to take a day off, and that's just kind of it,
and disconnect.
Yeah, exactly. Like there has to be times where you completely disconnect. There has to be times.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm getting better at. It's something I've struggled with a lot. Like even if I take the day off, like I'll still be on like all social medias, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta stop doing that. If I'm taking the day off, I'm taking the day off.
Yep.
Like I am not on anything. I'm not in streams. I'm not on Twitter. Like nowhere.
Yep.
Also,
I feel that
emails you kind of cute, by the way. I emails.
What's going on, dude? Welcome on in. Yeah, I find like I'll be honest, like I really haven't taken a lot of time as far as like trying to really give myself breaks from burnout. I feel like Midwest Fest was a great break from that, like for a little bit, had some days off there. But I think too, when you are doing like a grind kind of stream setup or even platform setup, and maybe you are posting a lot of content, and whether that be highlight content from your active streams or you're recording content completely separate from your streams, I think finding a good workflow is always super important. Like that can finding a good workflow can make your life in anything, whether it's content creation, streaming, or any other type of job or content. I think it definitely workflow is super important.
Yeah. It really is just finding out what's best for you, like what kind of routine works best for you.
Yep.
But also making sure that you take the time off that you need. And don't get me wrong, like there's some people, especially people that do this full time, that like they have the mentality that they can't take a day off because that's a day off, that's a
day
huge host
wasted.
they could have missed, or like a huge sub day they could have missed, or whatever it is. And don't get me wrong, like it is in a way true, but at the same time, like you can't think of that. You have to think, okay, like if I really need to take today off, or if I just really need a break, I need a break.
Yeah.
Like you have to do it for you. Have to do it for you.
And yes, you as an individual deserve that break for yourself. You deserve to lighten the load. I think a lot of streamers forget that at times, that they deserve to lighten the load. And I know there's different, levels of streamers that probably lower level, the smaller content creators probably struggle to realize that. But sometimes those breaks, ideas click during those breaks, and you come back refreshed, and you come back coming in strong. You come back with new ideas that you didn't even have before. That could be the stream that pops off. You know, it could be the idea that pops off for your stream.
I will say this though. You mentioned Midwest Fest about being a break. I'm gonna be completely transparent.
I know what you're about to say.
because this is a realistic thing that I realized during Midwest Fest. Those are not necessarily breaks.
Nope. They're business trips that are super stressful.
They are. You're at the end of the day, like, you're going to those to stand on business.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Yeah, like, yes, don't get me wrong. Like, you're doing other things, like you're hanging out with people, like you're having a good time, but you're also still doing business at the same time. So that's not technically like when we say breaks, like we're talking like
break behind the screen.
Yeah, like we're talking like you going on a vacation somewhere that doesn't involve business, or like going on a day trip and like going somewhere that you haven't gone before. Like for example, like my other half and I, like sometimes we'll drive an hour north and go to the arcade or go out to lunch, or you know, we'll try to go do different things. We'll just try to get out of the house.
Yeah,
you know. So
yeah, dude, convention weekends are not
stressful.
They're not all they're cracked up to be. Like they're
fun as fuck.
They
dude.
are, but yeah, you know.
So yeah, so for like for example, like so for ATL this year, we got our own Airbnb. Like it's like a small little Airbnb because it's gonna be pretty much like just like a quiet place for us.
Yeah,
that's like outside of all the craziness.
Yep.
That is DreamHack, you know.
Yeah, so same for us. Like it's kind of different for me this year. It lands right on my daughter's birthday, which is on October 4th.
Okay.
So she's been wanting to go to that Atlanta aquarium, which is like the biggest in the US. It's the only aquarium that has like whale sharks or some shit.
Yeah.
So we're making actually like a whole family trip of it. We're getting our own hotel. The family's coming with me. We're gonna be going to the aquarium on Friday and Saturday. And I'll kind of be going between me personally. I'll be going between both the convention and the aquarium. And then I think Sunday, I think the whole family is gonna come to DreamHack with me on like the last day and whatnot. So you know how Sundays are. Like the last day of convention is pretty low key, kind of very mellow. Sunday, everyone's kind of saying their goodbyes, or some people had already checked out, kind of thing. And
so like and so like another thing for me this year that I'm starting to plan, which I think if it works out how I want it to, it's gonna be fun. So obviously DreamHack usually has the after party that Saturday night.
Yeah.
But I found out it was about I want to say like a week and a half ago. There's actually going to be, now granted, I know not everybody's a wrestling fan or wrestlehead or whatever it is. But there's actually going to be a WWE like live pay-per-view event in Atlanta that weekend.
Oh no!
On Saturday night.
Oh god.
And so I've actually
that's gonna be a chaotic weekend, dude. Oh, the traffic there sucked already last year.
Oh, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nutty. But what in saying that, I'm saying instead of going to like because here's the thing, like I don't mind going out and drinking and whatnot, but like I don't do that anymore. That's not really my idea of like doing fun things. And going to something like that, going to a freaking WWE event is something I haven't done in a while, and it's something completely different.
That'd be crazy,
you know. So like I've been talking to a bunch of people, and like we're talking about possibly like trying to get a whole section worth of tickets.
Oh shit, really? Where are tickets running?
They just went on sale. Is it
like WrestleMania, or what's the name?
No. It's just a pay-per-view event. It's not like it's not a major pay-per-view. It's just it's one of the minor pay-per-views, but it's still a pay-per-view nonetheless.
Interesting.
But it just happens to land on that Saturday night, and I'm like, well, instead of going the after party, what if we go do something completely different?
Yeah.
You know, that is actually not standing on business necessarily. Like it's just actually going out and just having a good time.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, con weekends are fun, but like there's just there's so much that goes on, and it can It can be very overwhelming for sure.
I agree. I got to go back to this bowling thing. When did you start bowling?
When I was 17.
Oh wow, you started that late? Dang.
Yeah.
You're like a killer bowler. I'm glad. That's awesome. You stuck with it, dude.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing that I kind of regretted was not starting earlier on, because like there was a lot of like youth things and stuff that I missed out on. But yeah, I definitely started later in life with bowling than a lot of people have. And yeah, I mean, it was just nonetheless like me going in the bowling alley after school and, you know, going there for a few hours and just that was like how music was in a sense. Like that's also how bowling was. Like it was just kind of an escape for me. Like if I had a bad day or something like that, like I can just go up to the lanes and just kind of just have a place to myself for just have a place to myself for a few hours and just, you know, just whatever.
Have you found any league play where you're at now?
I'm actually starting back up next month, which nice. I'm excited about because I had a few months of a break with the move and everything, and it was in the middle. It was in the middle of league seasons, and I wasn't gonna join anything that late.
Yeah.
So I actually start up next month, and I'm hopefully, as long as I get the okay, I hopefully want to start like doing filming.
That'd
like
be sick.
doing just like live league nights and stuff like that.
That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah. So
do they have like Reno leagues like this far east?
They have what?
Okay, so no.
I don't even know what that is.
Reno? Like Reno, like the town? No, so Reno. No. Vegas? They don't have like Vegas tournaments out.
Oh,
like
no.
out east?
No, not out here.
Okay,
not
so that's just a West Coast thing. Okay.
Oh, you talking
Sinister?
Oh, you're talking like the big tournament.
Yeah, like wouldn't that be national? Like
that's nationals. Yeah.
Isn't that nationals?
Yeah. But so fun fact, that's actually going to be in Baton Rouge next year.
Oh, that's true. It does move around, right?
Yeah, it does move around. It's usually either Vegas or Reno, but sometimes they'll go
to Baton Rouge. That's true. My dad has gone to Baton Rouge a couple times. So
yeah, so they're doing next year's Baton Rouge.
Okay. I'll have to talk to my dad about that. That's interesting. Ooh, yeah. Sick. Maybe I'll go down and I don't know if he's good. Who knows? I don't know. He might not be good enough anymore. He used to be into those.
Sinister, you act like this is like a normal podcast.
You know, this is a podcast part 2 of 17. Yeah. Filled with technical difficulties. So, yeah. We don't take anything seriously here. So,
Echo mouth hug me. Bet say less.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. My parents met bowling in Hawaii.
Wow.
I literally grew up in a bowling alley. Like they used to bowl like 3 nights a week in league.
That's
like
crazy,
bro. Like the arcade, I lived in a bowling alley arcade and under a bowling alley. Like, but you know the tables, like I would just sleep under there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
man. Bowling's been like, dude, huge part of my life. So I love that you were fucking that you're not like you're bowling and you fucking are crushing it at bowling too, which is awesome.
The crazy thing about it is like a lot of the stuff that I do, like when it comes to bowling, golf, music, like all that stuff, like I am literally the only person in my family that does it. Like literally no one else in my family does it. So like I've learned all this stuff like on my own.
That's awesome. So, now I assume you bowl correctly?
What do you mean by correctly?
You insert your fingers into the holes.
I mean, isn't that how you normally bowl?
Dude, what? You tell me you haven't seen these younger kids that like don't do that, dude. It's crazy.
Are we talking like the two-handers?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna be completely.
That shit is the weirdest shit ever, but some of them are really good at it, dude.
Listen, hold on. Time out. For someone who's been pretty much around a lot of two-handers lately, it is a thing. It is very hard to do, but if you get it down and learn how to do it,
It's crazy,
you can
dude.
fuck your shit up.
You can. Even my dad, like I remember a couple of years ago, I was talking to him and he was like, it ain't that bad. He's like, there's some of them. He's like, there's a technique to it for sure. But
100% there's. I mean, if you look at the national telecast nowadays, a lot of the guys are on there are two-handers.
Yep.
Have you heard of Jason Belmonte? Literally the guy that has the most majors on in the PBA history. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy. Really? Yeah, I didn't know he fucking surpassed some of the others.
Yeah, like it's nuts. Like, that man's won more titles than I can even imagine. Dang. You know, but like it's just the trend. That's where
it is.
I'm not saying that's where bowling is going, but like a lot you're gonna see a lot more two-handers in the future. And that's not to say that one hand is bad, but like,
I miss the Pete Weber days, bro. Pete Weber.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Dude, Pete Weber was the best, dude. His fucking reactions to shit, dude. But dude, Walter Ray was fucking crazy too, dude. Like,
I've actually gotten to bowl on the same pair as Walter Ray.
Yo, yeah, dude. I met him when I was like super young, because my dad's like bowling his life, like. So
you want to know what I did with Walter when I was bowling with Walter Ray? My very first shot, I threw it in the gutter.
Oh no!
Right in front of him. It's fine. Fine. Yeah. So.
Oh man.
But yeah, I've actually gotten to over the years gotten to bowl with some of the pros doing regionals and whatnot. So it's been cool.
That's awesome. I love bowling, dude. One of my favorites.
Facts.
I wish I still bowled, like, and I used to do league and stuff with my dad, but man, I haven't bowled in so long. We go occasionally, like, as a family, but it's all like, you know, I'm out of practice.
Mm-hmm.
And my thumb has gotten fatter, and I need to get my thumb hole re-drilled. And
dude, I just had to have a bunch of I just had my one of the guys up here drill me like two new ones that are bigger, because like I went to go, like, my other half and I went to like just fun bowl one night, and like literally like my thumb ended up super swollen because the thumb slug that I had was just apparently it tightened a little bit.
Oh no,
it shrunk, and I was literally pinching my thumb, and I was like, ow.
Oh, I hate, dude,
it was the worst. It was the worst.
You have those interchangeable?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm using too. Yeah. I need to get it redone. Fuck, I was about to ask another question about ball. Oh, how many balls do you have, dude?
Currently, less than I used to have, because at one point I definitely had like close to 40.
This guy can't even. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not.
Wait, what did you just say? Whoa, what? There's no way I heard that number correctly, dude.
Yes, yes, at one point I used to have close to 40.
Bro, I thought my dad had a problem. Oh my god. What the fuck?
And so I had to. So when I left, when I moved up here, I counted how many I had. I think if I remember correctly, it was 28. And I went down to 12. I now have 12. So that is as many as I currently have.
All right. That's more. There's a little more sanity in 12, you know.
a little bit more.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I feel like you and my dad would chat bowling for fucking ages, dude.
Oh, I'm so here for it. So here for it.
Yeah. What's I know you bowled 300s multiple times. You actually had 2 last season, right?
I have 3 of them total.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's sick, dude. It's crazy. I personally never, my highest game was like a 282.
I've had more 290s than I can count on any fingers or toes.
It was really cool kind of growing up in San Diego and always seeing my dad's name like up on, like, they used to do like the placards for 300s back in the day. That was always kind of cool. But back in the Mortal Kombat 2 days, that's all I cared about. I didn't want to bowl. They're bowling league. I wanted to go play Mortal Kombat and fucking other
Street
shooter
Fighter.
games. Yeah, dude. Cruising USA
Oh my god.
when it first came
Oh
out.
yeah.
So okay, so fun fact. I was just in Chicago for a big tournament, and there is a arcade. Yeah, so it's like an arcade. So you pay, it's like $25. All the games are free to play. It is literally the biggest arcade I have ever been to in my entire life.
That's epic.
And not only that, any old school arcade game that you can think of
Is there?
exists in that place.
Wait, where is this?
It is in Chicago.
Okay.
It's outside of Chicago. It's called Galloping Good Lord. I can't remember the
Galloping
name
Good
right.
Lord.
It's actually not named Galloping Good Lord. I think it was Galloping Ghost. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
A
Ghost Float.
but like it has all the old school, it has all the Street Fighters, all their Mortal Kombats, all the like old NBA jams.
Oh shit.
Like I'm trying to think.
On fire.
On fire. But dude, like no, seriously, like they have like literally almost all the old school, like they had all the old school Donkey Kongs.
Oh wait, what? In arcade
yeah.
form?
Yeah, like all the old school like Donkey Kong games,
Bro,
like
that's sick.
any like shooter like arcade game that you can think of, they had.
Crisis.
Oh yeah, like and then some. Like dude, like it was crazy, like because it spans over like 1, 2, 3. I want to say at least 3 or 4 storefronts. Like it's pretty much an
Whoa.
entire block
Okay.
that this thing is on, and like there's like I want to say 5 or 6 different rooms. And you can literally get lost in there. And like literally, you pay $25 and you can come and go anytime you want during that day.
That's sick.
So, if
I'll
you're
have to check
ever
that out.
up in
Yeah.
that area, like, and you're an arcade person, that is a place to go 100%.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out for sure. Oh man, arcades, bowling. Fuck, dude. There's so much. There's so much we got in common.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, fuck, dude. I don't want to keep you all night. I know we've talked about pretty much everything we needed to cover. What's Echo's got coming up? Other, I know we got a new single dropping on Friday. Which guys, if you guys haven't checking that pre-save link, which is in the pin chat right there, make sure you guys are checking that out. What else do you got planned as far as your streaming content or even just your musical content coming up? Do you got anything after your single Nothing on You planned?
I mean, there's definitely new songs in the works. I have a few songs on the back burner that are also probably going to come to fruition, that I've been sitting on for a while, and I'm gonna probably start slowly but surely working on those one by one.
Nice.
I'm trying to think streaming wise, not a whole lot. I know one thing I'm gonna start doing, and I know this is something you kind of do a lot, and something I kind of want to get into doing is like themed music streams.
Yeah, they're
so
fun.
like doing like just different genres or like different like whatever it is,
Decades. Yeah.
Decades, whatever it is, like just doing like just taking the music streams to the next level and just doing something fun where it can just be even more interactive than it already is.
Yeah.
And just being consistent and posting on other social medias and just trying to grow in other areas.
Yeah.
Because like I said, right now it's slow season, so
Fact. Definitely is. Hell yeah. Well, guys, it has been great to know that this podcast, part 2 of 17, was successful. I'm glad to know that all the next 15 will be successful as well. No, I'm just kidding. But no, dude, thank you so much, dude, for allowing us to reschedule. I apologize extremely for last week. I don't know what was going on. I even had some network issues happen on Monday that were freaking me out, bro. I'm like,
oh boy,
bro, I swear to God, if this shit happens with Echoes on Wednesday and it's not like the same issue, it's a different issue, I'm be like, I'm just gonna cry on stream. So dude, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come hang out with us. And guys, please go check out Echo's new single that's going to be coming out on Friday. I can't wait to check out the music video. Is the music video dropping the same day as the single?
So the single is dropping at midnight, and then the video is going to drop at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to I'm gonna set it up as a premiere, and then I'm actually going to premiere it on stream with everybody.
Yes.
So we're all gonna watch it. I don't want to say we're all gonna watch it because I've obviously watched it, but everybody else is gonna get to watch it for the very first time, on stream, and then after that y'all can watch it whenever you like and whatnot. So
hell yeah.
But the song comes out first. I'm gonna be doing like a whole big I'm gonna be doing a big stream tomorrow night, big release party and whatnot, and just we're gonna celebrate and party and whatnot. So
nice. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, guys. Well, make sure you guys are following Echoes on Kick as well as all his other platforms. You guys can check out that link there that I just typed in, command guest. Please give him a follow, and let's go ahead and host out of here, guys. I appreciate all the chatter tonight. I apologize if I got off topic or chatted a little too much. I get chatty. I know. How fucking dare I? All right, y'all. Yo, let's go host into Sin. Sin's on. I know she looks like she's doing some IRL. I'm not sure exactly what she's doing.
I think she's doing it's Wednesday, the podcast.
Yeah, let's go. Perfect. This is perfect. All right, y'all. Well, as always, take care of each other and
be excellent to each other.
Party on, dudes.
Party on, dudes.
All right, y'all. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.